franchises that have inflicted so much pain upon the other for so many years.
They know us, we know them really well. Come down and want a little more.
If you have a pulse, you're a sports fan, you better be watching Dodgers Giants. So it's going to be a great one.
$40,000 fortunate souls inside Oracle Park and millions around the world brimming with anticipation at the latest and potentially the greatest game in this historic Dodgers-Giants rivalry. We welcome you to the 2021 National League Division Series. It's on TBS, and it is presented by Good Sam. Dodgers-Giants series tied at 2 apiece. And let's get you caught up here in this series. Game 1 right here in San Francisco. Giants win behind their young ace Logan Webb. Julio Urias then got the Dodgers into winning ways on the road. 9 runs for L.A. Then to L.A. it goes. Evan Longoria solo homer off Max Scherzer. Crawford's amazing catch. And the Giants put the Dodgers on the brink. But the Dodgers got a Walker Buehler start on 3 days rest and 3 RBIs from Mookie Betts. And here we are, folks. It's a 2-2 series. Hi, everybody. Great to have you with us tonight from San Francisco. I'm Brian Anderson along with Ron Darling. We'll hear from Lauren Shahadi in just a moment. These two franchises have been going at each other all year long and for over 130 years. And, Ronnie, it makes perfect sense that it's coming down to one game.
You know, we talked about it in Game 1 that there was going to be some anxiousness. And this date with destiny that seemed inevitable is going to ensure that one of these teams will not win the pennant.
Well, the Dodgers made huge headlines today, this afternoon. They said Twitter ablaze, radio talk shows buzzing. It is not Julio Urias who will start. It is an opener. It is Corey Knebel.
Corey Knebel, who opened on September 3rd against the Giants here at Oracle Park and pitched 2 scoreless innings. What they're looking for is the matchups, and those matchups in the first inning are important to the Dodgers. In fact, Urias against Buster Posey. Posey 10 for 20 with 4 doubles.
Meanwhile, the San Francisco Giants are going more traditional, and why wouldn't you? They've got an emerging ace in Logan Webb.
What a gem he threw in Game 1. The Giants have not lost a start at Oracle Park this season.
Well, Logan Webb was excellent in Game 1 with those 10 strikeouts. He went 7 2/3 innings. But, of course, as the Giants go with their starter that we thought would happen, the Dodgers flipped the script, and we want to get some answers. Lauren Shahadi standing by with Dave Roberts. Lauren.
Dave, you went with Knebel over Urias. What was behind the decision?
I think for us, we just felt that the Giants are one of the best teams in all of baseball of getting the matchups and winning the platoon advantages. So if we can start Corey, who's neutral, who's done it, who's had success, bring Julio into the game at some point, have him dominate, take down a big part of the game, I think all the margin gives us a good chance to win.
You told me earlier you weren't nervous until what?
Until Vin Scully tweeted out that this is the biggest game in Dodger-Giants history. So it's like, for Vinny to say that, I wasn't nervous until I heard that. Then the butterflies started racing.
No pressure. Good luck.
Thanks.
Brian.
Oh, I love it. And a pleasant good evening to you, Vin, wherever you may be. Well, the moment of truth has arrived. The 2 winningest teams to ever play in a winner-go-home game one night can make a lifetime of a legend.
America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G network. And by DraftKings, the best place to get in on the MLB action with daily fantasy, sports betting, and free-to-play pools. All postseason, customers can play in free late-inning pools for a swing at over $50,000. Use promo code CHEAP to sign up.
It's a picture-perfect Thursday night. It's got a chance to be an historic ball game. You've heard from Dave Roberts. Now we send it down to Lauren Shahadi, who is with Giants skipper Gabe Kapler.
It is a rivalry that spans generations. What have you learned about it in your time here?
It's definitely one of the best rivalries in all of professional sports, all of sports, period. And it's just really gratifying to see it unfold in front of our fans and watch all these guys who worked so hard all season long run out on the field.
The next chapter, enjoy it, Gabe.
Thanks.
Ryan.
All right, Lauren, thank you. Thanks to the managers. And here we go. Sellout crowd at Oracle Park in San Francisco. The winner will match up against the Atlanta Braves in the National League Championship Series. And it's all coming to an end here tonight for one of these teams. Logan Webb on the mound. You see his team record, Ronnie, in the regular season and the postseason here at Oracle Park. They have not lost a game. Logan Webb has been on the mound.
Can you imagine being 24 years old and starting Game 1 and Game 5? Game 1 was a gem. Looking for the same here in Game 5.
He's from Rockland, California, just outside Sacramento. He's a hometown kid, grew up a Giants fan. Umpires tonight, it'll be Doug Eddings in the hot seat. He's got the plate in his 6th division series. Gabe Morales over at first base. Carlos Torres in his 1st division series. He's at 2nd. Third base umpire is Angel Hernandez. The crew chief is out at left field, and Ted Barrett, and that's Pat Hober in right field. Umpires are all set. Remember, it's a 6-man crew in the postseason in Major League Baseball. And let's give you that Dodgers batting order. Dave Roberts has Mookie Betts leading off. Corey Seager, then Trey Turner. In the middle, it's Will Smith, Justin Turner, and Gavin Lux gets the start. Cody Bellinger, Chris Taylor, and Corey Knebel. Unlikely we'll see him at the plate.
Same lineup that they had in Game 4 for the Dodgers.
All the pieces in place. We are ready to play ball. Game 5, the National League Division Series. And Webb deals, and it's ball 1, and away we go.
Dave Roberts talked about after Game 1 that the Dodger hitters were chasing pitches out of the strike zone from Webb. Let's see if they make the adjustment tonight.
And he pours a strike in there. He has an excellent fastball with great sink on it. He's a 3-pitch pitcher, though, but what separates him at 24 years of age, he commands all 3 of those pitches. And he had the Dodgers flailing away in Game 1.
Threw a lot of changeups to the right-handed hitters. So far, 3 fastballs, sinking fastballs from Webb.
Betts has had a nice series, 5 for 16 at the plate. As Webb misses, so he is off the plate, 3-1 the count. Betts had a 2-run homer in Game 4 and drove in 3 runs in Game 4. He's got 4 RBIs for this postseason. And a 3-1, and it's hit sharply into left field, and the Dodgers get a leadoff single. Mookie Betts is aboard to start the ball game tonight.
Mookie's probably been the hottest Dodger hitter in this series. In fact, had 2 in Game 3, had 2 base hits taken away from Brandon Crawford. Just a 3-1 fastball right down the middle, and Betts, a bullet that this time gets over the head of Crawford.
Well, that leaping catch we showed you, which has become the signature defensive play of the series. That was a catch that robbed Betts not only of a hit, but a couple of RBIs as well. Here is Corey Seager. Always loves that first pitch, and he fires on the first one and fouls it away.
The Dodgers, in fact, have 10 first pitch hits in this series, 8 in their wins. Runners against Webb this season, 10 for 11 in stolen base attempts.
That's a base-stealing threat. Webb does a good job holding runners, and he gets a lot of ground balls. He is a double-play pitcher if there ever was one for the Giants. And he deals to Seager, and that one misses low. Already the Dodgers a lot more patient, laying off that changeup.
Any sinker ball pitcher, Brian, it's always been the same. Get the pitcher to get the ball up in the strike zone.
Betts takes his lead at first, and a check on the speedy Mookie Betts.
Easier said than done. Webb has a great sinking fastball, and it's very subtle and late, that movement.
You pitched in a very similar fashion. Those first innings can sometimes be a trouble inning when you're amped up. You're geared up. You've got the adrenaline pumping. Sometimes a little fatigue helps you sink the ball a little bit more. And now Seager into left field, and that's going to be caught. So Ruff comes in a few steps, puts it away for out number 1. Seager hit it hard, And the first out of the ball game.
Yeah, 2 bullets so far by the Dodgers. Webb and Posey are the battery mates. You go around the infield. Flores back at first base. Crawford has been the best defensive player in this series. Longoria at third base. Tommy LaStella nursing injury back in there. Rough. Bryant in center. Second time he started in center. And Yastrzemski in right.
Well, while the Dodgers made a change in their starting pitcher, the Giants did not post a lineup until a couple hours before the game. You have until 60 minutes before the game officially. But Tommy LaStella was a big reason why, nursing that Achilles injury. So here is Trey Turner now with Betts at first base.
It seemed like gamesmanship to me. It's like, you're not going to tell us who your starter is until the last minute. We're not going to give you our lineup.
We're not going to post our lineup. But Gabe Kapler did admit to us that he did change his batting order once he saw that Corey Knebel would be the starter and not Julio Urias. There were some changes in the left-right matchups. And we'll run them through as we see the Giants come to the plate. Turner on the ground, got a man right there. LaStella steps on the back, throw to first, and a double play. And that's how we get this game 5 started. In the first and 9 pitch inning for Logan Webb, and here are the Giants. Gabe Kapler has Tommy LaStella in there to start. Darren Ruff, he's in left field, and Buster Posey behind the plate. In the middle of the order for Kapler, it's Brandon Crawford, Chris Bryant, and Mike Yastrzemski. And the bottom 3, Wilmer Flores, Evan Longoria, and Logan Webb. And it's the opener. Corey Knebel has been an all-star closer with the Milwaukee Brewers. He's opened 4 games this year. This is the first time he's ever done it in the postseason.
First time in the postseason, but he did it on September 3rd. Pitched 2 scoreless innings here against the Giants at Oracle Park.
He was late to his warm-ups by starter standards, not by reliever standards. He tried to keep it as normal as he could as LaStella takes a ball high.
First pitch curveball from Knebel.
And if you're wondering about nerves, anxiety, pitching in a moment, Knebel has done all of that to a very high level as a closer, but for the first time has to engage with all the pregame activities, the national anthem, all the things that the brain is shut off for as a relief pitcher. And it was interesting watching his whole warm-up sequence down there. He only needed just a handful of throws. He got his 8 tosses on the mound, and he's ready to go. And he is a power pitcher by all accord. Power fastball, power curveball. And the 2-0 to LaStella, that one's in there for a strike at 97 miles an hour.
Dave Roberts kiddingly said that he might call Knebel on the bullpen phone before he started his warm-up just to make it feel genuine.
Julio Urias expected to get the bulk of this game. And he is available. He's standing down in the bullpen currently. And now LaStella in the air. Out to Mookie Betts into right center field. And when Corey Knebel is right, he'll get a lot of those. So LaStella's got 1 at-bat in, but Lauren Shahade, he is not at 100% right now.
Gabe waited to put out the lineup until later this afternoon to see how he looked in warm-ups. I watched him. He didn't limp at all. He's been dealing with Achilles soreness for weeks. He re-aggravated it. We saw it in Game 4. I'm told it's not going to get better until he rests it for an extended period of time. Certain awkward movements make it more intense, Brian.
It was interesting that Gabe was also talking about the doctors assured him that he couldn't really risk a more serious injury by continuing to play. Really, his pain threshold was the key.
Here's Darren Ruff, a high fly ball into right, got some carry to it. Betts feeling for the wall, will make the catch. Darren Ruff gives it a ride. Where big fly balls go to die here in San Francisco. And 2 men are out. You saw it.
You can make the argument here, Brian. This ball is a home run every ballpark except here in San Francisco. Mookie, of course, who played in Fenway Park in that triangle, is used to playing those deep parts of right field and right center.
They did move the fences in a couple of years ago, not in this area. But the fences in did produce a lot of homers. The Giants led the National League in home runs. Here is Buster Posey now, and he swings at the first pitch. That is driven to right field. Betts turns and runs. He looks up, and it is off the brick wall. Takes a huge bounce. Posey will stop at second base. It's an ambush double for Buster Posey, And the Giants with a runner at second. Posey with his 6th hit of the NLDS.
Both Ruff and Posey swinging at that first pitch. Posey had a little more pop on his. Remember, he hit that home run on a 3-0 count in game number 1 against Walker Buehler to right field. This one he hits a little to the left. It's off the wall and takes a bad carom and over the head of Mookie Betts. A lot of people thought Posey was probably going to go for third. You can't against Betts. He's already thrown Wilmer Flores out at third in the series.
Now, any other base runner, perhaps. But with 2 outs, too risky. Posey at second base. Here is Brandon Crawford. Dodgers have activity in their pen already. First inning just underway here. And Knebel deals, and Crawford able to check his swing. So there are the openers, there are the early relievers. Brusdar Graterol is the get-out-of-jam guy in the first or second inning. They'll wait and pick their spots. You might not see Urias until you see a couple of the left-handers pinch hit for. Guys like La Stella and Yastrzemski. That bounces in. What a play back there by Will Smith. That keeps Posey off third base. I mean, that was an extreme dirt ball. Like a first baseman picking this one.
We've seen already in this series Will Smith do this a couple of times. Really nothing else he can do in that ball that was thrown 50 feet.
Giants with a scoring threat early after fly ball outs to start it. Posey with a double. 2-0 to Crawford, and a swing and a foul.
So you're trying to stay away from the matchup of Urias against Posey. Posey's 10 for 20 with 4 doubles. But what has happened now with Posey getting the double, the matchup is flipped now. So instead of Urias against Crawford, you've got Knebel against Crawford, advantage Crawford and the Giants.
You heard Dave Roberts talk about the matchups and trying to get as many cross matchups as they can. That's why you go with an opener. This is not new in the game. It's relatively new for the big market Los Angeles Dodgers, though. You might remember back in 2018, the Brewers used an opener against Dave Roberts' Dodgers in the NLCS. Wade Miley. That was just one batter. Knebel has to face a minimum 3 batters, and he's done that already. There's a swing and a miss. Boy, that was a wicked curveball by Corey Knebel. 2-2 the count.
Well, he throws it about as hard as anyone in the game. That started at the letters, ended up in the dirt.
2-2. Posey, the runner at second. Best arm in the outfield is in right field, but all 3 Dodger outfielders throw it well. See what Knebel has in mind here, and the inside move. Not a bad idea. Posey had a little extra lead.
Buster not going anywhere, though, but just trying to limit that secondary lead as Posey will try to score on a base hit.
Posey will be off with a crack of the bat with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a foul. He just got a piece. Knebel comes back to the curveball. He's just a 2-pitch pitcher, but both pitches are extreme in nature, and you got to cover 97, 98 with a fastball, and then down to the low 80s with the curveball running.
Better swing by Crawford against that curveball. It was against the left-hander, but his home run in this series was against the curveball.
Do it again. Knebel, a long pause. And that one, boy, it wasn't caught well. He missed his location, but that looked like a strike.
Well, it's still the truth. For umpires, when you throw the ball and it goes across the plate on the other side of the target, very rarely get this call.
And Doug Eddings does not give him that call, even though it looked like it was in the strike zone. 3-2 now. Knebel as effective against left-handed batters as he is against right-handed batters.
Base open here. You got to feel like Knebel's going to come with that hard curveball.
This crowd is anxious. Everybody's anxious with this kind of game. Coming down to one last game here in this best-of-5 series. 3-2. Crawford, a swing and a miss. Knebel strikes him out to end the inning. Some early drama. A 2-out double by Posey. Knebel answers with that curveball and a strikeout to end the inning. Underway in San Francisco. Giants, Dodgers. 107 wins for San Francisco, 106 for the Dodgers. 10-9 Giants advantage. So we got 109 wins for each team here as we arrive to this Game 5. Fifth time in postseason history, two teams with 100 or more wins. But it is the most wins ever in a winner-go-home game with 109 apiece. Of course, the Dodgers won the wild card game against St. Louis. A surprising news day with that organization today. And Mike Schilt being let go as the Cardinals manager. So there is that extra win for the Dodgers, and they arrive to this game. There's going to be a team that wins 109 games and is finished for the season, gets eliminated. Remarkable seasons for both organizations. Giants won the division. Here's Smith, who takes a ball. Giants saw the Dodgers have a stranglehold on the National League West. They had won 8 straight divisions, the Dodgers, until the Giants won it this year. Outlasted them by 1 game as well. Pulled strike 2 in there. And that 10-9 season series came down to the very last regular season meeting on September 5th when the Giants won that game on a Sunday afternoon here in San Francisco. And they won the division by that single game. On the ground, LaStella down to a knee. He'll make the play. Will Smith is retired.
Good sign for Webb. A couple of ground balls back to back. You know, we really noticed in that first game he threw a lot of changeups, a lot of sliders. He's usually sinker heavy. In the first inning, 7 of his 9 pitches were the two-seamer.
Changing up the game plan a little bit. Here's Justin Turner. Just 1 for 17 in the division series. Homered in the wild card game off Adam Wainwright. That was in the 4th inning of that wild card game. It tied the game. Of course, the Dodgers would win that with the Taylor walk-off. But it's been a struggle since, Ron, with Justin Turner, and he is really fighting his swing and his rhythm and timing right now.
It's just so unusual to see him struggle in the postseason. But fouling a lot of pitches he usually handles, fouling them straight back.
Turner has had so many big moments in the postseason. 13 career postseason homers for Justin Turner, franchise record. And a swing and a foul, and it's 1-2. The game started with a Mookie Betts single to left field. Webb had gotten behind Betts. Seager flew out but hit it sharply, left the bat at 106 miles an hour. And then Trey Turner bounced into a double play. While Knebel is a fly ball pitcher, when Webb's right, he'll get a lot of ground balls. And did he go? No, he did not. Able to check his swing, says Gabe Morales. 2-2 the count.
We've seen the umpires be very aggressive with this call during this series. But Gabe Morales did not think that Turner offered at that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
2-2 pitch. Half swing roller coming in. Crawford got time here. And he'll make the play for the out. And 3 consecutive ground balls producing the last 4 outs. 2 gone here in the Dodgers second. Brusdar Graterol warming in the bullpen. Could be the end for Knebel. He did go 2 innings on September 3rd. But that's regular season innings versus postseason innings. You pitched in many postseason innings, and they take a little bit extra out of you.
Yeah, they do. It's like pitching 2 innings at a time at times.
So 2-men are out. Here's Gavin Lux. This is a big part of the story for the Dodgers here, whether to to start Lux or not throughout this postseason. He didn't get that start until Game 4, and he responded well. He was on base 4 times. He had a couple of hits.
Probably got in the lineup because of his pinch hit at bat in Game 3 when he almost left the yard, but the windy conditions that night kept the ball into the glove.
That was a
Slater.
1-0 game. There's A.J. Pollock, so he's the man who is out. A right-handed batter, typically plays left. Dodgers prefer Lux in center, which allows Taylor to play left field. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count.
Well, you see that good changeup from the 3-quarter position. Just dies as it gets to the plate.
One-two, and a called strike 3. Webb gets the corner, and a 1-2-3 inning for Logan Webb. Picks up his first strikeout. Got him up and loud at Oracle Park. Posey stuck the landing, and Lux is gone. So the wheels in motion for the Dodgers. Corey Knebel is out. 1 inning, the opener. Now it's the hard-throwing Brusdar Graterol.
He has been outstanding in the postseason so far. Scoreless in 3 2/3 innings of relief, and has reached 103 miles per hour with that sinker.
Graterol will face Chris Bryant to start it, and powers one in at triple digits to straighten him up. Bryant 1 for 2 against Graterol. You got Bryant, Yastrzemski, and Flores coming up here for San Francisco. No score. We're just underway. And the Giants, a lot of early swings so far against the power right-handers, Knebel and Graterol. A 2-out double by Buster Posey last inning. And then Knebel comes up, summons the big curveball to get the strikeout of Brandon Crawford.
Graterol came over from the Minnesota Twins when the Dodgers dealt Kenta Maeda over to the Twins. Maeda had a strong season a couple years ago, but Graterol has been a big part of this bullpen.
And a little chopper foul. 2-2 the count on Chris Bryant. 100-mile-an-hour pitches thrown this postseason. There's a lot of triple digits there. 25 of his 35 pitches have been 100 miles an hour plus. He's hit 103. That's where his max is, and that is about as max as it gets in Major League Baseball.
We'll see if it's his max. Game 5 here.
2-2 to Bryant. It'll be a steady diet of relievers. At some point, Dave Roberts will go to what is known as the bulk pitcher, the pitcher who pitches the most innings, and that will be Julio Urias. And this is going to be a fascinating study. Bryant blows up his bat. Turner makes a play, long throw. Bryant is safe. Oh, the bat hand went helicoptering right over Turner's head. Bryant busting it down the line, and he reaches on an infield single.
The reason he was able to get that infield single, because Bryant was stuck in the box, is that Turner had to alter how he went after that baseball, kind of stopping his run. And watch this bat get splintered. Oh. And then it travels 100 feet over the head of Turner. See how he had to stop Turner there and then proceed to the baseball. By that time, it was too late to get Bryant at first.
Trying to compute all of that as a ball and a bat is coming at you. And Bryant, with great wheels, beats it out. Now Yastrzemski takes a strike. Yastrzemski still hitless in this division series. He's 0 for 12. Overall, he's 4 for his last 31. Meanwhile, Chris Bryant putting together a nice little run here. That was his 7th hit of the series. And includes a 3-for-3 game and a home run in the opener of this best-of-5 series. And just got there in front of Turner's throw. Yastrzemski pops it up. Shift was on. That means it's up to Smith. No problem for the Dodger catcher for out number 1. Julio Urias begins his preparations now.
So if he's throwing, that means automatically he is coming in either later in this inning, but I would think he's really getting ready to pitch the third.
Wherever that lands.
Starters usually need a little more time to get ready than relievers, but in this Game 5 atmosphere and the adrenaline pumping, takes you a lot less time than you think.
Here's Wilmer Flores. He gets a call at first base tonight for the Giants, and he's on that first pitch. He fouls it away.
Wouldn't be surprised. Wilmer's always been a good big game player, good fastball hitter. Doesn't matter how hard you throw, he can turn it around.
Had a signature moment of the Giants season, had a big home run off Kenley Jansen at Dodger Stadium late in a game earlier this season. Flores 0 for 8 in this division series. He's up there hacking, and he's down 0-2.
Brian, this isn't something that comes out of thin air for the Dodgers. Last year in Game 7 of the NLCS, they started Dustin May. He went an inning and a third. Then Tony Gonsolin came in, Blake Trinan, Gratterall pitched in that game as well. Urias finished that game with 3 beautiful innings.
Urias preparing for the third, you would have to imagine. 1-2 the count on Flores. During the regular season, Flores hit .341 against the Dodgers. Was 14 for 41. Brandon Belt is out. Brandon Belt and Max Muncy, the 2 significant pieces that are missing for these teams. And therefore, it's been a bit of a revolving door for both teams at first base. And while Muncy, it is unclear whether he could come back. He's got a dislocated elbow, which happened on the final day of the regular season. Brandon Belt is closer to coming back. So if either of these teams advance, could be an option down the road. As Gratterall misses. 2-2 the count now on Flores. Dodgers have a bullpen full of closers, and they're rolling 2 out here to start the game in Knebel and Gratterall. And he tugs that one. Missed with a slider. 3-2 the count. And now we'll see if Bryant is on the move here. Giants do not have a stolen base in this series.
Bryant's got good speed. I'd start him. Be aggressive.
3-2, 1 away. Stays put, and Flores dumps one into left field, a base hit. A little handle shot, finds some grass, and the Giants have 2 on with 1 away.
Well, that good 100-mile-an-hour sinker rode up on the bat of Flores, but still strong enough to dump it into left field. Flores, big game hitter indeed.
How about these 2 hits for the Giants? Knuckle busters from Gratterall. The infield hit by Bryant shattered his bat in multiple pieces. So now 2 on, 1 away for Evan Longoria. Homered off Max Scherzer in Game 3, the lone run of the game on that windy night at Dodger Stadium. Defied those winds. And he hit a fastball, a big one, from Scherzer out of the ballpark to deep left center. Giants threatened in the first. They threaten again here in the second. Longoria tried to get it started early, and he fouls it back. He was ready for the fastball, but Gratterall put it right by him.
And he did get that started earlier, still late. See the movement that Gratterall has on that. Not as much of a sinker, but more of a running fastball that runs in on the right-handers.
Infield hit for Bryant, single to left for Flores. 2 on, 1 out, and Longoria takes a ball. 1-0-1 that time. Second consecutive inning. The Giants have had an at-bat with a runner in scoring position. Popped him up. Bellinger drifting into foul territory. He'll make the catch. And there is out number 2. A big out for Gratterall.
2 singles and 2 pop-ups in this inning.
And now the pitcher Logan Webb coming up. That was the key out for Gratterall to get Longoria. Longoria is in that 8th spot in the order because he does give him a little pop there in front of the pitcher.
Webb is a good athlete. Webb is a good hitter. In his last start on game 162, hit a home run.
Had 2 hits that day. Launched his first homer. Former high school quarterback for the Rockland Thunder. Outside Sacramento. He can run a little bit as well. Seeing another level of fastball here from Gratterall, though. And he's laid on it, fouls it back. He took a big cut. Gave it all he had. Let's put it this way. Logan Webb typically not in the game when the Gratteralls and the Knables come up.
That's right.
Out of the bullpen. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Gratterall can get out of this with the pitcher at the plate. Dave Roberts will essentially make this a 7-inning game for his starting pitcher, Julio Urias, who comes out of the bullpen today.
Opposition hitters versus the Dodger pitchers in the postseason. 3 for 33 with runners in scoring position.
Bryant the runner at second, Flores at first, and a swing and a miss, and Gratterall strikes out Webb to end the inning. Giants have threatened twice. They've come up empty twice. No score. We go to the 3rd.
Siri, turn on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, do not disturb. It is a night for baseball tonight. Got the stage to themselves, the Dodgers and the Giants. All of the other division series have been decided. Cody Bellinger will lead off for Los Angeles. 7, 8, 9 coming up, and Logan Webb deals his first offering, fouled away by Bellinger. He's had some big moments in the postseason. Take you back to 2018 in the NLCS in Milwaukee. Cody Bellinger was the MVP of that league championship series, and then last year, Game 7 in the LCS. That's where he injured his shoulder, actually. But one of his 2 home runs. And a big moment in those deciding games when you need your star players to deliver. Bellinger has been that guy in the past.
He's down 0-2 in this at bat, but against the Giants in this postseason, he's 3 for 11. This season against the Giants, he was 2 for 48.
Can't help but think about that bash that Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco made popular here in the Bay. Well, if he could have that back, he certainly would. There's a called strike 3. Webb pours one in, strikes out Bellinger on 3 pitches.
So Webb, who's so reliant on the changeup and slider in game 1, has thrown a lot of fastballs, and now back-to-back strikeouts looking of Lux and Bellinger.
Webb emerging not only as an ace, but one of the game's elite, Lauren Shahadi, and they're recognizing that back in his hometown.
Indeed, Tuesday, Logan Webb Day at his grade school, Sierra Elementary, about 100 miles away from where we're standing right here. All the kids, they wore jerseys, celebrated his success in Game 1 of this series. I spoke with Buster, by the way, about that start. He said, it reminded me of catching Tim Lincecum Game 1 of the DS in 2010. You remember, he struck out 14 over 9, said the way Logan attacked hitters, exactly the same as Tim.
It's nice to be compared to Tim Lincecum. 2-time Cy Young Award winner. Probably one of the more popular players to ever play here.
No question. Lincecum, Madison Bumgarner, young pitchers thriving in the postseason, just like Webb is so far this season.
Don't leave Matt Cain out of there.
Oh, boy, Matt Cain. Yeah, good pickup. So many. Matt Beatty is on deck. He'll pinch hit for Gratterall. Chris Taylor at the plate. Urias will start the third. He'll have the top of the order starting on paper with LaStella. That's a strike on Taylor, and it's 2-2. Dodgers trying to remain patient, and yet Webb is pouring in the strikes. Webb got 21 swings and misses in game one. Oh, that ball's hit well into left field. Backing up on it is Ruff with room. He's got it on a cool night. And Taylor is out. Just missed it by a click on the bat. And Taylor is out, number 2. Gives us a chance to remind you that you can get your game on at MLBshop.com. Authentic on-field caps, tees, hoodies, and more. Get all your postseason gear and wear what the champs wear at the official source, MLBshop.com. So they pull Beatty back, the lefty, and now it'll be Souza. Both have tremendous power. But you burn the right-handed bat against Webb here in the third inning.
With 2 outs. Ball was flying out of here in batting practice when it was sunny, and now that night has come, ball's not really traveling as well as they were 3 hours ago.
Temperature will be drifting into the low 60s. Souza asked for timeout. Was granted timeout by Doug Eddings.
The players today signal to the pitcher, my bad, my bad. Pitchers are, I don't care.
Here's the 1-0. Slings one in for a strike. Pitching with such poise. This 24-year-old right-hander, Logan Webb, completely changed the way he pitches over the last couple of seasons. He used to be over the top. As he put it, he was the north-south pitcher. Big breaking ball, had a good changeup, but they turned him into an east-west pitcher here, and it's changed everything.
East-west, guy who pitches to contact.
One and two the count. Steven Souza Jr. And a wave and a miss. Down he goes. Logan Webb picks up strikeout number 3. For the intensity of a Game 5. These historic rivals, Dodgers-Giants, still scoreless. Well, part 1 and 2 of the Dodgers' plan worked. Their relievers come on, Corey Knebel and Brusdar Graterol. They put zeros on the board. And now part 3, Julio Urias, at 25 years of age, expected to be the starter. Instead, he comes on here for the third inning, and he'll be the bulk pitcher today, as many innings as they can give him.
And here come the platoons, as Donovan Solano will now bat for Tommy LaStella.
LaStella's night is over. Just the one at-bat, flew out to right. Solano, a superior defender who has a play in this series that goes on the reel thus far. This whole series for both teams has been a defensive clinic. The Giants have gotten beautiful plays from Solano and Brandon Crawford and Chris Bryant. Trey Turner and Mookie Betts have all contributed for the Dodgers. Don't forget the outfielders. Betts threw out a runner at third base in Game 2 of this series. Could have been a game-changing moment.
When you heard people talking about shortening the game, this is what you got right now. If you get 5 innings from Urias like you did his first start in Game 2, you're already past 7 and into Trinan and Jansen territory. 15 outs, though, not that easy.
It's a fascinating game.
Yeah.
It's a different game, no question. But it is so interesting. I think both managers were eager to get the game started, and as the game comes at you, the read and react mentality that Dave Roberts talks about, Gabe Kapler talks about. It's so interesting. Players are pliable, but Urias has to do his part now, and he's been terrific in the past. Solano fouls it away. Just last year, Urias, both in the championship series and in the World Series, he was the finisher. He wasn't the closer. He was the finisher across multiple innings in the NLCS against Atlanta and then in the World Series against the Rays. And he was the man on the mound at the end of games. 1-2, Solano in the air to center field. And routine for Lux. Remember, this is all brand new for him, just his 8th start out there in center field. So even routine fly balls come with a little extra caution with Gavin Lux, a converted infielder.
So now that Gabe Kapler has played the first card after Robertson has the opener, now you're looking at Donovan Solano is going to get at bats late in this game against Trinans, against Jansen's. Not that he can't hit right-handers, he's a talented hitter, but it does change things.
Here's Darren Ruff. Ruff, first pitch in the air, deep center, and Lux is there. So Gavin Lux is 2 for 2. He's smiling, he knows.
And Ruff has swung at 2 pitches and hit them both on the nose.
Ruff has been aggressive early in the count. Lux is a terrific infielder, a second baseman most likely of the future, but his bat was so good that the Dodgers started to play him in the outfield, and he's done a lot of work out there. He is not comfortable, but he's making plays.
You know he's a newbie. Why? 2 hands to catch that ball in center field.
That brings up Buster Posey. First ball swinging once again. He fouls it away.
We said in the open, Posey 10 for 20 with 4 doubles against Urias.
Had a great year against lefties this year. Hit .368 against left-handed pitching all season. About 70 points better against lefties than right-handers. In the air, deep center, Lux on the run, but that's over to cover for him. Pulling the Kelly Leak says, I got it. Beat it, kid. 1-2-3 inning for Urias on 8 pitches. Mookie Betts, former MVP in the American League, traded to the Dodgers, signed a big deal with the Dodgers. He's been hurt a lot this year, but he has been terrific in this postseason. Finally got his hip right, had some back problems, shoulder problems. 6 hits now in the division series. He's 6 for 17. He's ready to lead off. Second time through the batting order for Logan Webb. Betts singled in the first inning, but then Trey Turner bouncing into a 4-3 double play. So Logan Webb faces the minimum first time through. Dodgers go 1 for 9 against Webb, and 3 strikeouts for Logan Webb. High strike percentage. And this time around against Betts, Ronnie gets ahead of him.
And second time around, maybe using that secondary pitches a little more. He's thrown his 2-seamer 50% of the time so far. Good change up there by Webb.
That is the 3rd swing and miss. And boy, that didn't miss by much. Posey setting up outside. 1-2 the count.
Just love Webb. Close pitch, no reaction.
And back quickly. And another base hit. Mookie Betts delivers one into the same spot. Yeah, lightning quick bat of Mookie Betts. He's 2 for 2 today. That's the only 2 Dodger hits. That gives us a chance to take a look at today's odds, powered by DraftKings Sportsbook. Combined runs, the over-under is 7. That feels pretty solid right about now. You're going to see the best pitchers that these 2 teams have in this game 5. Winner advances. If it is the Giants, they'll stay in San Francisco to host the Braves on Saturday. If it is the Dodgers who win today, they will travel to Atlanta, and the NLCS will start in Atlanta on Saturday.
I know the Dodgers won 106 games, but the wild card cannot be the home team in the league championship series.
Protects the division champions. And these 2 teams, the Giants and the Dodgers, have the 2 best records in all of baseball. Corey Seager now. Little tapper. And easy tag by Flores. Betts does advance, so there's out number 1. Works like a bunt for Seager. And the Dodgers have their first runner in scoring position of the night. Brings up Trey Turner, the National League batting champion this season. Also had the highest batting average in the majors. Started his year with the Nationals. And then he and Max Scherzer traded to LA, trade deadline deal in July. Turner takes a slider for a strike.
Turner drove in the first Dodger run in Game 4 when he knocked in Seager.
The Turners are 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. The rest of the team 9 for 30. Trey Turner with just 3 hits thus far in the division series, and he bounced into a double play last time up. Back to the mound. Webb will hurry it over to first, and there is out number 2. Very weak contact by Seager and Trey Turner. And Mookie Betts stays put at second base. There are 2 outs in the 4th.
2 ground balls off the bat of Turner. First one for a double play. This one just hit meekly back to Webb. Mookie was thinking of going to third, and Webb never looked at him, and he probably could have gone, but he wanted to be extra careful.
Betts with great speed at second base. Scoreless game here in the 4th. And Will Smith, who has delivered so many clutch moments for the Dodgers in his brief tenure in the big leagues. Webb's first pitch swung on, fouled away. Started him with a slider again.
Well, everyone in the league knows that Smith is a great fastball hitter. They try to get ahead of him with breaking balls, but right now in this series, I don't know if you feel the same way, Brian, Smith feels like their most dangerous hitter.
Yes, he's got 6 hits. He's hit 5 homers against the Giants this year, 2 of those coming here in the postseason. Had one in LA, had one in Game 2 here at Oracle Park. Big power, had 25 homers this year to lead all National League catchers. Taylor, Lux, and Betts for the Dodgers all throw it well. Ruff, Bryant, and Yastrzemski for the Giants also all throw the ball well. Yastrzemski a very good arm. Bryant has the best arm of the 3. Swing and a miss.
Looking for the offense, though. That is not their best defensive outfield. Duggar, Slater, Wade Jr. Good breaking pitch. Right on the corner, Smith.
Dave Roberts imploring his hitters to lay off. Don't chase those pitches, but there's something to them. Easier said than done. Late break. Here's a 1-2. Way outside. Just see how far he'd go. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, Buster Posey, for the most part, is calling this game. He's like a computer back there for the Giants. I wonder if those 2 outdoor off the zone sliders have set up a fastball.
Posey so calm. 2-2 the count on Will Smith. Betts a runner at second. And did he go? He did not. No appeal. Checks his swing, and Smith a good take. So that's the one that'll get the Giants' attention right there.
Good job by Smith. So strong.
First 3-ball count of the night for Logan Webb. He's given up 2 hits, both to that man, Mookie Betts. He's ready to run, and he'll be on the move on the crack of the bat. No score. Game 5. Smith in a 3-2 count. And Webb deals, and that's outside, ball 4. Smith did a good job. A correction there after he bit on the first one. Webb stayed with that slider and issues his first walk of the game, and now the Dodgers with 2 on. Meeting at the mound, and we remind you, you can follow all the action of the postseason with the MLB app. From real-time tracking of every pitch to in-depth analysis of all the games. You can download the MLB app today. Make this postseason major.
I think both Posey and Webb identified the same thing we were talking about, that Will Smith was their most dangerous hitter. But boy, you're playing with fire even if Justin Turner's not swinging the bat well because of all the great moments he's had in the postseason.
Turner grounded to short. Slowly hit ground ball in the second inning. Dodgers threatening now in the fourth. Their best chance to score. See what Webb has in mind on this first offering. And a strike.
So calm and collected is Webb so far. Looked the same in game one.
He'll turn 25 in November. And he's found the magic this year. The Giants ace. He deals. Another little tapper. Webb calmly gloves it. Throws it. Not a great throw, but the toe on the bag for Flores. And that will retire the side. He threw a lob over to first. Oh. Still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the fourth. You can stay tuned now for a message brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of MLB. San Francisco's native son, Brandon Crawford, ready to lead off here in the bottom of the fourth. We check in with Lauren Shahadi with more.
Yeah, 11 years he's manned shortstop, but he's been dreaming of doing it for much longer. We have a picture of a sad Brandon at age 5, thinking this was the last Giants game he was going to see in San Francisco. There were rumors the team was going to move to Florida. He grew up across the bay, and almost 25 years later, the team, of course, never moved. And he's played more games at shortstop than anyone in the history of the franchise.
Living out his childhood dream. Look at that face, man. I mean, how could you take a team away from that kid?
Pleasanton, California.
So Brandon Crawford playing for his hometown Giants. And he's starting to make a strong case. I think those in the San Francisco era would say he is the greatest of the Giants shortstops. Travis Jackson is a Hall of Famer. Played shortstop for the New York Giants. But in this version of the Giants, and they've had some terrific shortstops, but Crawford, games played, the World Series titles, 2 of them for him. He is certainly in the conversation as the all-time greatest Giant shortstop. Urias deals an 0-2 and a bouncing ball. Seager can't make the play. Crawford with a base hit to start the inning. Just played a little pepper with Julio Urias with the shift on. Crawford goes the other way, and it's a leadoff single.
If you go up and in, you can protect against this. But if you go up and away, easy for that left-handed hitter. I shouldn't say easy, but he's going to be late all the time on that pitch or swing through it. So that really is the only direction that ball's going to go.
And a man on for Chris Bryant, who's been hot. After a dreadful finish to the year at the plate, Bryant really has it going here in the division series. And an infield hit his last time up. Now 7 hits in the NLDS. He's 7 for 14. So, Ronnie, we talked about the openers, Knebel and Gratterall. Let's dive in a little bit now to Urias. And I'm not talking about the stats and how it plays out and the matchups and getting him in the bulk area of the game, but the human side of this thing. Coming out of the bullpen knowing he's got some innings to pitch here in this game 5.
Ball kept in front of him by Will Smith. You want to talk about the human side of the game in 2021?
Sure.
Is that what you want to do?
I would love just a few moments, Ronnie.
You know, for the front office to make a choice that surely would open itself up to criticism, not that they care. But in a way, you have to be at 25 years old disappointed that you don't get the ball in one of the biggest starts you'll ever have in your career. And he's already had a lot of big moments. Has to be disappointing at first, but that's why you have a coaching staff. That's why you got a pitching coach to keep reassuring you. That's why you have teammates to tell him that he is the best pitcher probably in the game to survive this kind of change.
A 20-game winner this year, the lone 20-game winner in the major leagues this season. His pitching coach Mark Pryor keeping a close eye on Julio Urias. He deals to Bryant, and that one's in there for a strike. So like Logan Webb, Urias is a 3-pitch pitcher as well. He ditched the slider, though, and it's fastball, curveball, changeup, and they are all exceptional.
They are. One of the things about Julio, since he's been up in the major leagues, just a big power arm, can reach 95 plus, but has always had the control of a much older pitcher. Remember, he came up to the big leagues when he was 19 years old. 25 years old, 7 postseason wins.
He just turned 25, by the way, in August. So he's a young 25 from Culiacan, Mexico. Chris Bryant at the plate. The 2-1 is down and in. 3 balls and a strike.
And Urias, you can just tell by his body language, lots of confidence. See the postseason wins before the age of 26. The great Bumgarner, of course, Hall of Famer Palmer.
Hitters count. Crawford, the runner at first. And Bryant takes a strike. Didn't like it. He is barking mad at Doug Eddings.
I think he feels there were 2 pitches in this at-bat that were called strikes that he didn't believe they were. First was the slider, and then the second, curveball here. Big top to bottom. And he thought that was low.
Smith framed it well.
I agree with him.
Urias got a call. Now it's 3-2. Shift is on. 3 infielders on the left side against Bryant. Urias deals and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Julio Urias comes back to get Chris Bryant. His first strikeout. And 1 away in the 4th.
Bryant just shaking his head. Good breaking ball here. 3 in a row by Urias. And just think about it. That's how important this game is you can have 1 pitch change in that bat. 1 pitch change the outcome.
So Mark Pryor is out. A scouting report. They have announced Austin Slater as the pinch hitter. And Pryor running it down with Urias. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow, Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. It's presented by Loan Depot. It's the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros. 8 p.m. on Fox. All games are also on ESPN Radio. And don't forget, for the full postseason schedule, it's available at MLB.com. Send our best wishes to our friends over at Fox, Joe Buck and John Smoltz, Tom Verducci, Ken Rosenthal, the whole gang over there. And the Red Sox taking down the Tampa Bay Rays, the team with the best record in the American League to advance.
We've had 2 shutouts in this series alone. There'll be none in that series. Both those teams can rake.
Yeah, feels like a banger series for sure, huh? So that'll get started tomorrow, and then the NLCS will begin on Saturday night right here on TBS. Austin Slater announced as the pinch hitter. So if you were wondering what the changes Gabe Kapler made when it was announced that Knebel would be the starter, not Urias, there's your answer. Tommy La Stella and Mike Yastrzemski go in. And now that the right-handers are out, it's Solano and Slater likely in the starting lineup prior to the starting pitcher change by the Dodgers.
Underneath.
Oh, he skips under it. And Crawford heads up base running. Takes second base. He was running as soon as it hit the dirt. And he'll make it to second. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. It'll be a wild pitch.
Just spikes that fastball, does Urias. Gets underneath Will Smith. Can't identify it. Finally gets to it with no glove or mask on. And the ball players call it a dirt ball read. Doesn't get any better than that for Crawford.
Something popped out of his glove or his wristband, and at first glance he thought maybe that was the baseball. He reached for it.
It's the thumb protector that they wear in the glove to protect that thumb against 100+ miles an hour.
2 balls, no strikes. Another opportunity here for the Giants. And Urias and Smith want to start over. I mean, this is no man's land here for both the. It looked like Eddings' foot actually stopped the ball. It was headed to the screen.
And then he kicked it away.
And then he almost bit it. Austin Slater, 6 hits in his last 7 at-bats. Been a hot hand, but he's been used sparingly. Slater back up the middle. Crawford on his way to third base. Turner will take the shore out. So 2 men are out now. Crawford ends up at third. Slater pinch hitting. Will certainly stay in the game to play center field.
Probably move Bryant to one of the corners.
And now 2 gone with a runner at third base. And it'll bring up Wilmer Flores.
So instead of the Giants being able to play their bench and surprise the Dodgers tonight, they are being forced into these platoon changes because of the Urias addition.
Flores takes a strike. First pitch curveball from Urias. Now that's why we talked about when before this game started, the game started long before, with the announcement that it would be Knebel instead of Urias. And it was the Dodgers who took back the platoon advantage with the buzzword. Swing and a miss. Flores took a rip on a center cut fastball and comes up empty. 0-2. There's something to Urias' fastball and every pitch. There's another gear.
It's a finish on all of his pitches.
Giants have stranded 3. Third inning, they've had a runner in scoring position. 2 men are out. The 0-2, and that one is low. Smith made sure he was down there to block this one.
Talked in the first at bat that Wilmer is a good fastball hitter. He got a single on a 101-mile-an-hour fastball from Gratterall. Also, his entire career has been a lefty killer.
Got to be heads up for a wild pitch. Crawford is. And Flores fouls it away. Will Smith adopting what many catchers around baseball are doing now, down to a knee, trying to get low, create a lane for the umpire, steal a lot of strikes. The numbers bear that out, but boy, it gets so risky.
It's dicey
in a moment like this with a runner at third base. Remember, the Cardinals scored their first run in the wild card game on a wild pitch. 1-2 the count. Crawford takes his lead. Urias deals, and that one's high. 2-2 down. Evan Longoria, the 8th place hitter, due next. Two and two. Flores, jam shot, little pop up, no problem for Trey Turner. And Urias is out of the inning. And he's barking on his way out. Scoreless game. Dodgers, Giants. We head to the 5th inning in San Francisco.
The MLB postseason on TBS is brought to you by Good Sam RV Parks, America's largest campground network, and by T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G network.
What a beautiful Thursday night it is. The city by the bay, San Francisco. Austin Slater, after a pinch hit appearance, will stay in to play right field. Logan Webb back to work. Little half swing foul by Gavin Lux. Lux will start it. Cody Bellinger to follow, then Chris Taylor. Logan Webb for scoreless innings. Faced the minimum through the first 3. Ran into a little bit of trouble last inning with a single by Betts and then a walk by Smith, but stranded them both. What are you seeing in his pitch usage, Ronnie?
You know, we were talking about whether he would change after 7 2/3 scoreless innings in game 1, and he has. He's doubled up on that sinker. So he was slider, changeup heavy in game 1. He is sinker, slider heavy in game 2.
And the slider part of that really caught up last inning. Ton of sliders, especially against Smith. That was the changeup from Webb. Notice the different velocities on the change occasionally as well. That was at 88. He's also got one at 82, 83 miles an hour. The 1-2 and a spinner that misses. Two balls, 2 strikes.
So a lot of these pitches that the Dodger hitters were swinging at in game 1, they've done a little better job of taking here in game 5.
Second time around. Dodgers have a hit and a walk through the first 5 batters who have hit twice against Webb tonight. And Lux fouls it away.
It's always the question for a pitcher pitching in the postseason against an opponent a couple of times or 3 times. I started 3 times in a World Series. Is do you continue to do what's working, or do you change things just a bit to give them a different look? It's a hard call.
And that's why having a catcher like Buster Posey is invaluable in a spot like this. You realize Posey, just over 50 playoff games caught. He's got 13 shutouts on his register. And he is as dialed into the game plan as any.
The Giants have had 27 postseason shutouts in their history.
Lux hunting a mistake here. And Webb misses.
So some 3-ball counts, 3-2 now. So they're pushing against Webb a little bit better in game 5 here than game 1.
Couple lefties, Lux and Bellinger to start this 5th inning. Lux has pushed it into a 3-2 count. Here he comes. And that's a call. Strike 3. That comeback sinker. Lux flailing out of the way, and then it just knifes back over the plate. A strikeout for Webb, number 4.
Just like the first at bat against Lux, he lulled him to sleep with the slow stuff and then finally threw that sinker on the inside part.
I mean, halfway there, you're thinking that's a slider right off your kneecap. Lux has given us some memorable facial expressions. He almost tied game 3 in the 9th inning. Sent one to the warning track. Thought he had knocked it out. Cody Bellinger unable to square it up. No balls and a strike. A strikeout victim in the 3rd. Shift is on, expecting Bellinger to pull on the ground. Bellinger roped a double into the left center field gap here in game 2. Drove in a couple of runs. Boy, Hart wasn't in that swing. And now it's 0-2. Webb racking up the Ks now. He's got 4. As we look at today's odds, powered by DraftKings Sportsbook, the over-under for Webb, 4.5.
Remember, he had 10 in 7 2/3 innings in the first game.
And no walks.
Yeah.
1 walk, 4 Ks tonight. Here's an 0-2. Cody Bellinger, a down year, injury-filled year. Had that shoulder injury that required surgery after the bash in the World Series last year. And then broke his leg early. Had fractured ribs after he came back in the second half. It's just been one of those years. Only 2 hits all season against the Giants, but then had those 2 hits in game 2. He drove in 2 with a double. He's been a more of a presence, but still not Bellinger-esque. The MVP version of Cody Bellinger from 2019. Little tapper, another one. It's going to be another 1-3 put out. Webb's making more plays than the rest of his infielders. Just these little dribblers back to the mound.
The definition of soft contact is the dribbler back to the mound. He had 5 of them in the first game. He threw 1 away for an error. But the 4 assists were the most in a game for a pitcher since Art Neff in 1923.
Art Neff, nicely done. Been doing your homework, Ron.
Well, someone has.
That is the 3rd 1-3 put out in the last 4 outs recorded. The other was a strikeout. 2-men are out. Here is Chris Taylor. And Taylor jumps one. Deep to left. It is hooking. It is foul. Taylor almost knocked one out in the third inning. He sent Darren Ruff to the warning track in the third and just got out ahead of this one.
Not sure it had home run distance anyway. Good sign for Webb always is the ground out. 8 of them so far. 2 flyouts and 4 strikeouts.
Has responded again. He deals. This is outside. 2 balls and a strike now on Taylor. The game 1 start for Webb was his first career postseason start. You're always eager to see how a young pitcher will respond in games like that, especially with all the buildup. Remember, the Giants had 4 days off before they started the postseason. 2-1 to Taylor is down and away. Right now, Webb has put together 12 2/3 scoreless to start his postseason career. Three and 1 the count on Taylor. Taylor fouls it away. It was late. That was right down the middle.
But it was away enough. First fastball that he pulled foul was inside. This one just away enough.
Scoreless game. Here's a 3-2. Taylor, good hack at that one. Looked like he was trying to shoot that one to right field. And now it's 3-2 on Taylor. Deep fly ball out to left in the third inning. He's had the Dodgers' signature moment of this postseason. That walk-off 2-run homer in the wild card game. Dave Roberts playing a hunch. He didn't start that game, but he finished it. Another 3-2 and a swing and a miss. Webb strikes him out. Came with a fastball up and in. 5 Ks for Logan Webb, and the kid from Rockland elevating to one of the game's elite this season. You're watching the 2021 National League Division Series on TBS. It's presented by Good Sam. What a sight. Oracle Park in San Francisco, McCovey Cove. It's a beautiful Thursday night. It's got that fall feel to it, and we are clicking away the innings towards what could be a memorable finish here in Game 5. Julio Urias back on the mound, and he deals strike 1 to Evan Longoria to start the 5th inning. Longoria, then Webb, the pitcher, and then back to the top of the order. Urias was able to strand a runner at third base, worked around a leadoff single by Crawford last inning. Strike 2, pouring him in is Urias.
Urias' last 22 starts, the Dodgers were 19-3. Now the bulk inning pitcher here in Game 5.
Has been a big game pitcher. He's appeared in 3 winner-take-all postseason games in his career already, all in relief, through 2 scoreless innings, and earned the win in Game 5 of the 2016 NLDS against the Nats. He was on the mound Game 7 of the 2018 NLCS in Milwaukee, and he gets a called strike 3. Got about face for Longoria as Urias picks up his 2nd strikeout.
A lot of hitters shaking their heads as they go back to the bench. Fastball up and in. Longoria thought it was not only up but also in as well, but Eddings gives Urias the call. There's a seam on that box.
And one away for Webb. Webb was at the plate with 2 on in the second inning, facing Brusdar Graterol, throwing 100. He struck out. Quickly 0-2. Urias not messing around here with Logan Webb, throwing him a good changeup. Can't let off the gas. A pitcher reaches, that changes everything in a National League lineup. You turn the lineup over with a man on, and he goes right back to it. So Webb is out, 3 pitches, a strikeout for Urias, his third. 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th inning. Hey, T-Mobile covers the most interstate highway miles with 5G. Home or away, you can stay connected to your team with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G coverage. A scoreless game, and with all the best pitchers lined up, you figured it would be this way. Here's Donovan Solano. Second at bat, didn't start tonight. It was La Stella who started. Solano flew out to center field his first time up back in the 3rd.
Solano probably the better defensive player of the two.
He brought a good bat to the table as well for the Giants. I think more than they expected. If you go back to the All-Star break of 2019, so from that point on, it's a pretty good sample size. He's a .310 hitter in the big leagues.
Had a big year last year.
That's a 4th best batting average in the majors since the All-Star break of 19. Swing at a miss. Urias just blows the side right there. 3 up, 3 down, 3 Ks. His best inning yet. He is a show pony. He loves the bright lights, and he's getting stronger as this game goes on. He's got 3 scoreless. We've got 5 scoreless in Game 5. From on high, Oracle Park, San Francisco, the home of the Giants. They just introduced Barry Bonds, baseball's all-time home run leader. They love him here in San Francisco. And Urias will start it for the Dodgers at the plate. Logan Webb back on the mound. Urias, remember, drove in the very first Dodger run of this series with a Game 2 RBI. Gabe Kapler had walked the batter in front of him, and Urias made him pay. That was against Kevin Gausman. Dumped one into right field, and that started the faucet for the Dodgers on that night. They would win that Game 2, scored 9 runs on 11 hits that day, and Urias pitched well and swung the bat well in that one. By the way, Gausman is available out of the bullpen tonight. Dave Roberts says Max Scherzer is not. Max Scherzer says Max Scherzer is. So we'll see how this one unfolds. It feels like a game that one mistake, one swing of the bat could be the difference. It's going to be tough to string together hits against the pitchers that are going to go the rest of the way in this one.
Remember, for you folks who don't know, there's no free runner in these postseason games if you get into extra innings. Play it straight.
Here's the 1-2. And Urias, pretty good cut, fouls it away. You never know where careers go. Players have to stay healthy, but imagine the careers these two guys are going to have. The way they're going already in the postseason. Urias shaking up the Giants dugout over there. 1-2 to count. He's grinding. Mookie Betts on deck. And then Seager. Webb's going to turn third time through after this. The rollover ground ball. It's going to be another put out for Logan Webb, his fourth. And one away. Well, Mookie Betts, Ronnie, 2 hits tonight.
Both on the same pitch. That two-seamer that is supposed to be outside just split the middle of the plate. So for Webb and Posey, probably going to try something different here in the third at-bat for Mookie.
First at-bat, Betts got ahead in the count. Next at-bat, he got behind in the count. So he has delivered twice with that same kind of hit to left field. See how Webb attacks him here. Third time around now for the Dodgers. And Logan Webb starts him with a slider. Betts has hit in 5 of 6 in the postseason. He's hitting for a .409 average. Posey wants a changeup. Gets it. Betts was on it. And a base hit into left field. Ruff is over. Betts will turn. And Betts will stop at first. Big aggressive turn. Big Darren Ruff got to it quickly and made a nice throw. And Mookie Betts with his third hit of the game. He's got all the Dodger hits. It's a one-out single this time.
Well, Webb went to a different pitch, went to the changeup here against Mookie Betts, but it stayed in the middle of the plate again as he was a little ahead of it but pulled it down the line. Thinking of 2, but Ruff did a good job of getting there quickly. Said it earlier in the game, base runners 10 for 11 in stolen base attempts this year. Wondering if here in the 6th inning Mookie will be a little more aggressive.
Feels like you have to push it at some point. So if you've been with us all series long, certainly if you've been with the Dodgers all year long, you know that Corey Seager is ready to pounce on that first pitch as we take a look at tonight's base cam presented by T-Mobile, the leader in 5G coverage. Seager does not like to hang around in an at-bat. Does damage early as well. Betts goes. Seager lets him run. Posey's throw on a hop and not in time. Mookie Betts steals second base. He went right away. And now the Dodgers have a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Well, he got a big jump. See the slide into second base from a T-Mobile base cam. Big jump by Mookie Betts. 82% mark on his steals in his career. Now 11 for 16 this season.
Great look at it. T-Mobile base cam. 12 steps before he hit the deck. He was flying. Big spot. No score. 6th inning. 1 ball, no strikes on Seager. Webb getting into the heart of this Dodger batting order now. And Seager takes a ball. 2-0 the count now.
So the Giants offense has seen 3 different pitchers in this game. And this is the 3rd look for the Dodgers offense, the Logan Webb.
Webb deals. And Seager down, base hit. Betts will score. Seager on his way to second. Throw comes in, a belly flop double. And the Dodgers score first in game 5. It's an RBI double for Corey Seager. And it's 1-0 LA in the 6th. The stolen base pays off. Seager delivers a big RBI in the 6th inning. And now it is the Dodgers who have the lead.
Little change up here from Webb. Driven to left field by Seager, who has great power that way as well. And then the hustle by Seager, and the bench of the Dodgers reacts to their first run.
And as important, Seager hustling to second base with a double. Now he's in scoring position with 1 out. Andrew Bailey, the Giant pitching coach, up for a quick visit. Well, that is a big hit in a big spot on the road. The team that has scored first has won every game of this division series thus far. Tyler Rogers getting ready in the pin. For now, it's Webb. Trey Turner at the plate. A strike. First run allowed by Webb in his postseason career in the 2 games he's pitched.
Comes in the 6th inning of his second start.
This crowd has gone quiet here at Oracle. Trey Turner. A swing and a foul. Seager just dumping one into left field. Easy score for Betts to Lone Depot. Home means everything RBI. And for every RBI during the NLCS, Lone Depot will be donating $1,000 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. That's on top of over $500,000 they've already donated this year. All smiles. Each team has won a home game. Each team has won a road game in this series. But no team has been able to flip the scoreboard. 0-2 pitch. Count stays that way.
There's a lot of different ways to take over a baseball game. And in this game, Mookie Betts has done it with 3 singles and a stolen base. Run scored.
On the phone to the bullpen. Rogers potentially to face Smith next. Decision time for Kapler. Still 1 out. Back-to-back hits. Dodgers have 4 hits now. Betts with 3 of them. Here's an 0-2. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Webb with the changeup gets Turner. That's been his nemesis pitch. And there is out number 2 and strikeout number 6 for Webb.
Well, that's the pitch that has been so effective, not only in game 1, but game 2 here for Logan Webb.
Teams that score first this postseason 13-5, 13-0 when you out homer your opponent, and 13-5 for the home teams in this series. The teams that score first, a perfect 4-0. Both teams with dominant pitching. Hard to come back. Will Smith now with 2 outs.
Remember, Smith walked in the 4th. They pitched him very carefully with a base open, and Justin Turner up next. That time went right after him with a fastball.
Yeah, right down the middle. Wonder if that tells you that Smith's sitting on a slider, perhaps. He let a few go by last time up. There is a slider, and Smith jumps it. High fly ball, too high. It's going to stay in. And Ruff makes the catch. Cool. Giants just dodged one there. Smith almost knocked it out. Betts with his 3rd hit. Then steals 2nd. Then Seager delivers him home. The Dodgers strike first in game 5. Mookie Betts drove in 3 runs in game 4, and his imprints all over this game 5. 3 hits. Seager drives in Betts after the stolen base. Logan Webb has given up 1 run this postseason. Finds himself trailing here as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Urias on the mound, now pitching with a lead. And here's Darren Ruff to start it. Ruff has just narrowly missed a couple of homers tonight. Just a fraction on the bat. 2 long, loud outs. 1 to right, 1 to center. One ball, 1 strike on Ruff. Mookie Betts doing what MVPs do. The reason he's one of the highest paid players in the game, because he can take over a game. Had the first 3 hits of the game for the Dodgers. And then a crucial stolen base. 1-2 now. Urias getting ahead of Darren Ruff.
You know, in a home run heavy game like we have now, a lot of times you think that's the only way to take over a game. You can do it in a small manner in the way that Mookie Betts did it in the 6th.
5 innings in game 2. Urias was out there for a Dodger win. Coming out of the bullpen here tonight. 3 scoreless on the board. He's coming off his best inning. He struck out the side as Ruff takes the ball. 2-2 now. Ruff, Posey, Crawford. Giants are right where they want to be, trying to answer a run-scoring inning for the Dodgers in the 6th. 2-2 pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 96 with a fastball from Urias.
All fastballs so far to Ruff. Notorious good breaking ball hitter.
Urias has not walked a batter. He's got 4 Ks in his 3 innings. Only given up 1 hit. And Ruff sends one to center field. And his way back there. And Darren Ruff has tied it just like that.
What an answer for the Giants and Darren Ruff, his first postseason home run. Yes, he is a good breaking ball hitter. Yes, Urias tried to get him out with the fastball, but that was the 6th in a row, and he finally timed it.
That ball was blistered. 110 off the bat, 452-foot homer. As Posey takes a strike, there was no doubt about this one.
Trying to come inside, it was middle, Brian. And as one of those home runs, as soon as it left the bat, didn't matter where we were playing, you knew that was out.
What a ride for Darren Ruff. 3 years in Korea, 2nd year as a Giant. And after 2 narrow misses on the bat his first 2 times up, he squares one up and ties this game immediately. Urias trying to settle in now. He's quickly ahead of Posey, 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Missed with a changeup.
It's what the Giants do. 241 home runs this year. Almost 50% of their runs scored via the home run. And a quick answer, Brian.
Led the National League in homers. All 4 of their runs in a Game 1 win came on the long ball. Their lone run in a Game 3 win came on a Longoria home run. And their only run tonight, the big bark of Darren Ruff to center field. Posey. 2-2 to count now. It was 0-2, and now Posey fouls it away. First blemish for Urias. Lead-off homer in the 6th. He's got Posey 2-2. Let's see how he bounces back. And he got him. Urias. A spinner. That big curveball right down the heart. Posey strikes out for out number 1. That had the sound. 452 feet. That homer was a moon blast. Just so you know, this postseason, every moonblast means a $10,000 donation to charity, courtesy of the FTX, the official crypto exchange of MLB. Anything over 425 feet. So one away. Urias comes right back, gets a strikeout, his 5th K. And now it's Brandon Crawford. Crawford in the air, off the end of the bat. Betts will settle under it. And there is out number 2.
Brian, we spent most of the early part of this game talking about how the Giants like matchups. Remember in game 2 when Urias started that game, Darren Ref led off.
Yes.
Right-hander Knebel starts this game. Usually a right-handed starter, Darren Ruff, would not be in the lineup, but he was placed in the lineup to face Knebel because they were waiting on Urias, and he answers.
Great point. How willing was Gabe Kapler to change all of his batting order? He did a little bit of a mix and match, right? He put 2 lefties out there, LaStella and Yastrzemski. Those 2 players have already been replaced. But other guys like Flores and Ruff, they remain for those kind of matchups. Hey, DraftKings is the best place to get in on the MLB action with daily fantasy, sports betting, and free-to-play pools. All postseason, you can play in free late-inning pools for a swing at over $50,000 in prizes. Use promo code HEAT when you sign up today. All tied at 1. 2 outs here in the 6th. Urias has come back strong after the homer. Straightens up Bryant. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a 1-1. Bryant takes a ball.
It's almost antithetical to today's game that you would start a player like Ruff because you wanted to wait for the dividends to pay off, and that he would be against the right-handers in his first couple of bats.
Three balls and a strike. Austin Slater due next. Dodgers had a brief lead on a Seager RBI double in the top of the 6th. Ruff ties it. Here's a 3-1. Bryant hits it hard through, base hit, just past a diving Justin Turner. And Chris Bryant got himself in a hitter's count. Delivers his 2nd hit. Ronnie, he's got 8 hits in the 5 games of this division series.
Gets the 3-1 changeup, stays back just enough to hit that line drive right by Turner. Not hugging the line, but closer to the line against Bryant, and just eludes his glove.
And Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, on his way out. This is not a pinch hitter discussion. Slater already in the game. So it might be a buy some time discussion as Blake Trinan starts to get loose. You know Urias is going to have one more batter. So a meeting at the mound with 2 outs in the 6th. Gives us a chance to remind you that Play Ball is baseball and softball's initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play the game for all. Find a league near you. Go to playball.org. Follow @playball on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Austin Slater now entered the game at the plate as a pinch hitter in the 4th. Faced Urias. He grounded up the middle and played by Turner for a 4-3 ground out.
He's been a nemesis against the Dodgers all season long, including the post and regular season.
Slater batting for the 2nd time.
14 for his last 31 with 3 home runs and 6 RBIs for Slater.
Urias trying to put the lid back on here, get the Dodgers back to the dugout. Swing and a miss. Slater was up there looking fastball. He got a changeup and he missed it by a mile. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. What a feeling for him.
All the places he's been to get one more shot. Came up early with the Phillies, didn't stick.
Found his swing in Korea. Learned how to hit the breaking ball. That's a strike. 1-2 the count.
That changeup has been a good pitch so far in the innings for Urias.
One and two now. And a check on Bryant.
Bryant was hampered with a couple of injuries late in the season. One of them a hamstring. Sore hamstring.
Key pickup for the Giants. Chicago Cubs unloaded all their big name players. Bryant finds his way to San Francisco. Bouncing ball foul. Bryant now the last man standing in that group. Rizzo's Yankees out. We got Javi Baez in the Mets, didn't make it. Craig Kimbrell in the White Sox. Kyle Schwarber, who was an off-season move. He's still going with Boston. Traded from the Nats to the Red Sox. Here's a 1-2. On the ground, Seager flips it the easy way, and that will retire the side. 6th inning. Tallies on the board. Corey Seager delivered Mookie Betts a big RBI to put the Dodgers up. Then Darren Ruff knocks one out to tie the game at 1. We go to the 7th in a classic. NBA opening night presented by Kia returns to TNT. Giannis and the defending champion Bucks host Kevin Durant and the Nets, followed by the Warriors and the Lakers. And there's a Stephen Curry sighting here at Game 5. Chase Center, not too far from here. Beautiful building hosting the Golden State Warriors. Stephen and Aisha. Check it out, Ron. He's got the captain's hat.
Nice.
From, was that Brandon Belt?
That's right. The season when Brandon made himself a captain with just some tape.
Shout out to
uniform.
Shout out to Draymond Green as well. The liner caught. Solano makes the play, goes down to a knee. Justin Turner retired. So one away here in the 7th inning in this 1-1 game.
Webb ran that two-seamer in on him. Good hitting by Turner, trying to inside out that to the right side. That's where his lone hit in this series has come, and Solano positioned perfectly.
I feel like this is a little bit of a move here, or lack of a move for Gabe Kapler. We saw Tyler Rogers warming up the entirety of the break, thinking potentially he was coming in. He's still throwing. And Logan Webb was a little late to get to the mound. Gabe Kapler lets it ride. And with one out, he's going to let him go against the lefties here. Gavin Lux, a swing and a miss. Webb can be equally as dangerous against left-handed batters because of that great changeup.
And he's had a big night against Lux so far. 2 strikeouts for the young Gavin Lux.
Lux and Bellinger combined 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dodgers 3 through 9 in their order in this game. 0 for 16. Only Betts and Seager have done any of the damage.
Got the one he wants, a changeup. And he missed with it. Webb so eager to go. He likes to work fast. Posey intentionally, we saw this in game 1 as well, slowing him down. Doesn't give him the sign right away. Wants him to take a moment. If it was up to Webb, he would go as fast as you'd let him. Going quickly here, and he hits it for a strike. Slings that fastball in there, and it's 3-2.
He gets a lot of taken high sinker strikes. 3-1 count. You think Lux would have been firing.
3-2 pitch. Lux late fouls it away. That would have been unheard of even 10 years ago for a sinker baller to throw the ball up, but they're by design on a lot of occasions now. And running fastball. Seventh inning in a 1-1 game. Back to the change. And Lux on the ground. Flores gobbles it up. 2 outs. He pitched into the 8th inning in game 1. Didn't walk a batter. He struck out 10. He's pitching in the 7th inning now. Combining for 14 and a third with only 1 run allowed, 1 walk, and 16 strikeouts. A pitcher that was unbeatable here in his home park. Bellinger, a swing and a foul.
He was 7-0. The Giants 13-0 in his 13 starts.
He is the youngest Giants pitcher to start a winner-take-all postseason game at 24 years of age, 330 days. Turned 25 in November. Previous youngest was Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner had that magical shutout, that complete game in the 1-game wild card playoff at Pittsburgh back in 2014. He was 25. He had just turned 25. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-2 now on Bellinger. That hurt him. That was a click of the bat and a thud on the leg. Count remains at 1-2.
102 pitches now for the youngster. We're always reminded that this is a young man's game, aren't we?
Yes.
Despite the Giants getting so much production from their veteran players this year.
He's the only player not in his 30s in the starting rotation is Webb. Bellinger fouls another one away. You saw Julio Urias on the top step there. Probably would indicate he's done. Trinan still in the bullpen. Normally starting pitchers are resting between innings. Looks like Trinan will be next in the bottom of the 7th with the bottom of the order coming up. 1-2 pitch. Bellinger takes a ball. 2-2 now.
Taylor on deck. In a perfect world, when Trinan comes in, they would like to get multiple innings from him. Simple and to the point.
Two and 2 outs. Bellinger hanging tough. Boy, good at bat going here for Cody Bellinger. Just fighting off the breaking stuff. That was a changeup.
I mean, he had such a tough year that at times when you saw him take at bats, it was almost like he's disconsolate when he's up there. But in this series, it's just been totally different.
I'm with you. He's seen nothing but changeups outside of the one fastball that he fouled away. It'll be the 8th pitch.
Backdoor breaking ball.
2-2. Bellinger swings and misses. Logan Webb, 7 strong innings. They love him here in San Francisco. Oh, we're making our way to a dramatic finish, folks. It's a 1-1 game and a winner-take-all Game 5 in the NLDS. The 2021 National League Division Series on TBS is presented by Good Sam. There is Blake Trinan, one of the best relievers in the game. And he is on the mound for Urias after 4 innings. 1-run ball for Urias. We play in the bottom of the 7th. Trinan facing Wilmer Flores. And first ball swinging, hit hard to left, but right at Taylor for out number 1. How about Logan Webb, Ronnie?
Well,
special.
Just outstanding what he did again, giving them 7 better than solid innings. Only 1 run, 1 walk, and 7 punch outs. How about that Game 1 and Game 5 for that 24-year-old? That's something.
The star is born.
Yeah.
In San Francisco. Urias pitched well, 4 innings, 1 run. Now it's Trinan. And the big boys in the bullpen will be taken over for now. Trinan deals strike 1 to Evan Longoria. Longoria hitting in the 8th spot in the order. He is 0 for 2.
Trinan's last 51 appearances, you see Wade Jr. on deck. He's only allowed an earned run in 5 of those 51 appearances. .074 batting average versus his breaking ball.
He is one of the nightmare at bats, especially for a right-handed hitter. I mean, he's good against both sides, but nasty stuff. Hard to believe the human body could produce a pitch like that. The slider moves a ton. The fastball has huge break on it. Longoria's solo home run off Max Scherzer to lead off the 5th inning in game number 3 was the difference. Giants snatched that game 3 from the Dodger ace. Swinging a foul. 2-2.
So you have to make a decision at some point what to swing at and decide if it's a fastball or slider. What? How do you do that against Trinan? And that's 99 miles an hour up in the zone.
That's impressive. You've been spending some time in the lab, Ronnie.
Oh, yeah.
That's what the hitter's dealing with, though. 2-2. So, you know, every now and then when you're in the stands and your guy swings and misses, you say, how do you swing at that pitch? Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know.
And if you're in the stands, no, you can't make contact against Blake Trinan.
Full count. Trinan deals. And a swing and a miss. Trinan with a strikeout of Longoria. His second out. First strikeout for Blake Trinan.
Sinking fastball starts over the heat of the heart of the plate, and just that late sink got under the bat of Longoria.
And so 2 outs in the inning. You can officially close the book on Logan Webb now. He'll be pinch hit for Alex Dickerson. And Mark Pryor out with a scouting report.
Like the Dodgers did in inning 3 when they sent up Steven Souza Jr. with 2 outs because of his power. The Giants doing the same here with Dickerson at 2 outs here in the 7th.
Interesting, Logan Webb sitting there next to Johnny Cueto. We saw Johnny Cueto pitch a simulated game before the game today. It's possible he could be added to the roster if the Giants advance. You never know. Been the part of the 5-man rotation this year.
And you usually need 4 starters in the 7-game series.
So here is Dickerson. Oh, big swing and a miss. 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Trinan. Here's the 0-1. 0-2 the count. Dave Roberts putting Trinan on the mound. No double switch, though, so Trinan's spot in the batting order is due second in the 8th inning. Taylor set to lead off. And then the pitcher spot, and then to Mookie Betts. So thinking Trinan just one inning today. He's gone multiples before. That, to me, as much as Dave Roberts denied it, that means Max Scherzer is in the plans.
In play.
Down the road, right? Feels like it. We'll see. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss, and Trinan impressive again. He is a lockdown reliever. 3 up, 3 down, 2 Ks. All tied at 1. 7 in the books. We go to the 8th. Time for the Geico game summary. This one is set up. 7 in the books. Corey Seager with an RBI double in the 6th inning to score Mookie Betts, who had a single and a stolen base in that inning. And then Darren Ruff delivers a bomb of a home run to center field over 450 feet. He tied it immediately. 1-1 game, 8th inning, game 5. Win or go home. The Atlanta Braves await. And the NLCS, Tyler Rogers on the mound, and Chris Taylor on the first pitch. Skies one out to center field. Bryant puts it away for out number 1. As the Giants go to their pen now, Ronnie.
Boy, he's been asked to do a lot, Tyler Rogers, in this series. Game 3 through 29 pitches. Had to get an out in game 4. Had the off day to resettle, reboot, and back in here in game 5.
A.J. Pollock will pinch hit. You can close the book on Blake Trinan.
This was the only thing, when I look at the game, I kind of question, because without the double switch, you don't get 2 innings from Trinan, which you usually could. And they go to the bat of Pollock.
And Jansen will be next. 1-1 game. A strike. A.J. Pollock pinch hitting. Gavin Lux has started the last 2 games for L.A. That has sent Pollock to the bench. Pollock had a key 2 RBI double here in game 2 at Oracle Park. And a little cue shot that is going to slice foul. No balls, 2 strikes.
If you're asking why Pollock and not some of the left-handed hitters for the Dodgers, Dave Roberts and the Dodgers feel that the right-handers have a better chance against the righty Rogers, and the numbers bear it out.
Matt Beatty would be one of those. He was in the on-deck circle early. They pulled him back for Souza back in the 3rd, but you never know who's going to get that moment.
Left-handers hitting 179 against Rogers. Right-handers almost 300.
Will Albert Pujols get a moment tonight? Somebody. 0-2 the count. Mookie Betts on deck. And that one misses. A little bit low. Extra lean for Tyler Rogers.
Good call by Doug Eddings. This ball's down. Boy, tough take for Pollock with a pitch this close.
Old-fashioned style of pitching. Nobody like him. The 1-2. Big bouncing ball. And it's in and out of the glove of Flores, and Pollock will reach. That'll be a base hit. Just an odd shape to that baseball. Flores laid out maybe a touch too early, and it pops in and out of his glove. Pollock will reach on a base hit.
This is one of those hits where Pollock picked that ball out of Posey's glove. He hit it so late. And Flores, was trying to cover that hole between first and second because of the shift, couldn't get over there in time, or did get over there in time, and just off the end of his glove.
Now, once he left his feet, that was going to be a near impossible play, even if he gloves it. With Pollock now running well, it would appear. He'd been battling some hamstring problems, but the way he legged out the double in game 2, it looked like his wheels are back. So now Mookie Betts steps in.
Well, like Betts in the 6th, will Pollock push the envelope against Rogers?
Oh, Camilo Doval has emerged as the Giants closer. He is getting ready. We're in the 8th inning. 1 out. 1-1 game. And Betts a swing and a miss coming out of his shoes. His shoes, his chains, and everything else. He took a hack.
He was sitting on that wiffle ball slider and just didn't need it.
The Dodgers have 5 hits. Betts has 3 of them. All singles. Scored the lone run in the 6th. Rogers deals, misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That ball to the right-handed hitter must feel like it's coming from behind your back.
Pollock ready to run. Here's the 1-1. And Betts watches that breaking ball go by. 2 balls and a strike. Tyler Rogers has pitched as early as the 5th inning twice in this series. And those were the earliest innings he had entered a game this year. He's normally a setup man. He deals. That one's in there. Betts just couldn't pull the trigger.
Well, I think he was sitting on that slider again, and he got the fastball. Caught guessing. Happens to the greatest.
In the pressure moments, who makes the pitches? Who makes the plays? Who puts the right swings on? 2-2. Betts in the air. Little flare. Going to slice foul. I don't think Betts saw it right away. He wasn't sure where it was going, but a foul ball. 2-2. The count remains. One of baseball's greatest players, Mookie Betts. Even in a down year this year for Mookie Betts, he was an impact player. Could hardly walk, had to go on the IL with a hip injury. They moved him to second to get him off his legs and get him out of the dead sprint. He's having a great postseason. 1 out. 2-2 the count with Pollock the runner at first. And Betts on the ground up the middle. It's through for a base hit. Pollock will stop at second. Bryant with that strong throwing arm. Pollock not wanting to chance it. Mookie Betts with a 4-hit game. 4 for 4. 2 on, 1 out for LA here in the 8th.
Fastball that's driven right back up through the box. Solano, who was playing up the middle until 2 strikes, moved to his left, and it opened up that hole.
Maybe those foul balls by Betts to the right side influenced that. So Betts is aboard. What a night he's having. 9 hits in this division series. Here's Seager once again, the man who drove in the first and only run. Look out. Boy. Up and in, right across the brow.
It's that rising slider that we talk about, and this one just chased him.
Somehow missed it. Seager with a hustle double in the 6th. After Betts had stolen second base, Seager let him run. 2 on, 1 out. Seager pulls that one foul. He had made up his mind. I think that ball might hit him.
It might have.
One of the best hitters in the game early in counts. He's a great hitter anyway, but he does his damage early. First 4 pitches usually. A lot of times on the first pitch.
Couldn't get him out in the postseason last year.
Pollock and Betts on the bags. It's a 1-1 game. Rogers in the fire here, and he skips that one in. Boy, a soft play by Posey. Did that even make the dirt circle? It was close.
I don't think it made the dirt circle. That became more like cricket or lawn bowling at some point here by Rogers.
Oh.
And what a play.
Oh, man.
I mean, how many catchers will see a ball from that position?
It doesn't show up in the box score, but it's huge. Instead of second and third and one out, it's first and second. That hit the grass. Seager takes a strike. I mean, I've heard of pitchers trying to change the eye level of the hitters, but that was a little extreme. Comes right back and deals a strike. Trey Turner due next. They're up, but they're anxious. Fire is burning hot right now for the Dodgers. 2-2. Rogers deals. Seager swings and misses. And Rogers comes up with a huge K.
3-1 backdoor slider right on the corner. 3-2 the slider again.
Just never got there.
Letting that ball go about 1.5 feet off the ground, and it's about 2 feet off the ground by the time it gets to the plate.
So Gabe Kapler on his way. Makes a call to the bullpen. Camilo Doval is coming in. Rogers escapes for now. Still 2 runners, his responsibility. 2 outs, 8th inning. And Kapler calling on his young flamethrower in a 1-1 game. We'll set him up after this. Setting up to be one for all time. Remember, both of these teams sitting on 109 wins at this moment. The 2 winningest teams to ever match up in a win-or-go-home game. The Dodgers finished 1 short to the Giants in the regular season, finished 1 short in the 19 games they played in the regular season. Now this series tied at 2. The Dodgers have 2 men on with 2 outs, and you saw Camilo Doval is in this game at age 24. And it was not even the closer until the month of September.
When he came up for the last time, 4 different stints this season, came up for the last time on September 5th, did not give up a run in 15 games, and became the closer. Small sample size. Turner's 0 for 3 against Doval. Larger sample size. Trey Turner 1 for 21 in his career with runners in scoring position. Postseason career.
24-year-old flamethrower in Doval against Trey Turner, the batting champion in the National League this year. You could just feel it in the crowd here. The fans, they want to roar, but the Dodgers have the go-ahead run at second base. All tied at 1, 8th inning, 2 outs. Pollock the runner at second. Betts the runner at first. Doval slings one. Turner in the air, right field, playable. This is going to get him out of the inning. And the Giants hold serve. 1 pitch for Doval. Tranquilo, man. Tranquilo. We go to the bottom of the 8th in a 1-1 game. 70 years ago, 1951. Giants were down 4-2, 9th inning. Bobby Thompson did a 3-run homer off Ralph Branca. Gave him a 5-4 win. That was the 3rd game of a 3-game tiebreaker series, regular season series. It sent the Giants to the World Series. As Wes Hodges said, the Giants win the pennant.
Ralph Branca, starting pitcher, trying to close that game. We spent most of this evening talking about the Dodgers wanting to use an opener, and using an opener in Knebel. The game is in the hand of the closers now.
Donovan Solano will bat. Kenley Jansen on the mound to pitch in the bottom of the 8th. And this game 5, with all of the drama and all of the history that the Giants and the Dodgers boast, and all of the pain they've inflicted upon each other, is going to come down to a team that will win this game in their final at-bat here tonight. Jansen Starts the 8th. Solano, Ruff, and Posey coming up for San Francisco. And the first one misses down and in. How about Camilo Doval coming on? One pitch, gets the last out. Retires Trey Turner. And the Dodgers strand 2. The total board is identical right now. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors, 5 left on for both teams.
Versus Jansen, the hitters in this coming up this inning: Solano 1 for 5, Ruff 1 for 2, and Posey 29 at bats, 9 hits, 109 wins, tied here at 1-1 with those 6 hits like you were talking about. Can it get any closer for these two teams over the course of 6 months plus? Can't.
1 ball, 1 strike. Solano pulls one, caught at third base. Justin Turner guarding the line. Makes the play for out number 1. Solano lines out. Well positioned, the Dodgers.
100 years from now, when they're still playing baseball, no doubles late in the game will still be the way infielders play. Hugging that line was Turner. Steals a hit.
Here's Darren Ruff. He's the reason we're tied. Hit a long home run in the 6th inning with 1 out. Straightaway center field. They're all on the top rail now, both sides. Jansen with that little hitch. And Ruff takes a strike. Jansen has added to his repertoire this year. He has resumed his dominant closer's role now. It was getting shaky for him the last few years. Was not willing to get off just the cutter.
A little stubborn to change, right? That happens when you've had so much success.
He's added that slider and a sinking fastball. Take you back, 6th inning. Ruff against Urias. No doubter. Got to enjoy that jog all the way around. The longest home run of the postseason thus far at 452 feet. Here's the 1-1. A strike in there. Jansen gets ahead of him 1-2. Those are the swing pitches in a count, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And the young Will Smith, nice frame of this pitch. Cutter outside. Watch how he snaps it back into the strike zone. Subtle, quiet, just enough maybe to get the call.
1-2 the count. 1 out in the 8th. And Ruff takes a ball. It didn't miss by much. That was that slider that Jansen has added. It's got break, and it's a bit of a change of pace pitch off his cut fastball.
One thing since watching the appearances of Jansen, not seen him throw that pitch twice in a row.
Game is tied at 1 in the 8th. 2-2 the count on Darren Ruff. And Ruff rolls over 1 foul.
And he does. Not predictable anymore for hitters versus Kenley Jansen. Like most closers, he had a stretch where he struggled. 3 straight blown saves in the middle of July. But since then, only 13 hits in 30 2/3 innings, 17 for 17 in saves.
Treinen and Jansen as formidable as it gets. 2 at the end of a game. Do it again, another 2-2. And Ruff swings and misses. Down he goes. Kenley Jansen makes the big pitch. Picks up his first strikeout. And 2 men are out here in the 9th.
2 breaking the balls away. Good cutter away, and then comes in with that power fastball right up and in on Ruff. Nothing he can do with that, foul tipped into the glove of Will Smith. In that position, there's nothing you could do with that fastball from Jansen.
So now 2 gone here in the Giants 8th. Here is Buster Posey. And if you're the Giants, you could not have a better hitter at the plate. As clutch as it gets for all these years. and a rejuvenated season in 21. And Jansen starts him with that slider. No batter has faced Jansen more than Buster Posey. 29 at-bats. He's got 9 hits. No balls and a strike. Count evens at 1-1.
Posey started this postseason in game 1 with a 2-run home run off Walker Buehler to right field.
Career .310 hitter. 9 for 29. Had a memorable moment in a division series game 5 in a winner go home game in Cincinnati. Back in 2012, he hit a grand slam off Matt Latos. Ready for a 1-1. Jansen deals. Posey takes a ball.
Most of Posey's hits in this series have come to right field, including that homer.
Looking ahead to the 9th inning. The Dodgers will have Will Smith, Justin Turner, and Gavin Lux scheduled to hit. Camilo Doval is in the game. He looks pretty stressed. Man with a slow heartbeat. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs, 8th inning. And Posey takes a strike. Jansen just working the edges. Posey thought it was away. 2-2 now on the Giant catcher.
High curveball. Eddings gives the call to Jansen. Posey was right. Ball's off the plate.
Will Smith flashing the signs. Jansen's got the one he wants. Going to his bread and butter here. 2-2 the count on Posey. And Posey in the air, left field. It is hooking. It is going to end up in the seats. A foul ball. The cutter from Jansen, and Posey way out in front.
Started too early. Here's where the thinking game goes on Jansen on the mound. How's he going to counter that swing by Posey way out in front of that fastball? Obviously guessing for that pitch. He's going to come back with another hard breaking ball. He's already thrown 2 to Posey in this at bat. Selection 3, the 2-seamer inside.
The pitch that he's added. 2-2. Posey swings and misses. Kenley Jansen strikes out Posey. A 1-2-3 inning. Giants go in order in the bottom of the 8th. Here we go to the 9th. Back-to-back Ks for Jansen. Dodgers coming to bat. Tied at 1. Game 5. The 2021 National League Division Series on TBS is presented by Good Sam. What a ball game. What a moment in front of us, folks. All tied at 1, 9th inning. Dodgers coming up. Brian Anderson with Ron Darling. Lauren Shahadi, great to have you with us. Honored to be here for this. Camilo Doval, first pitch is in there for a strike. Will Smith starts it for Los Angeles. Justin Turner to follow, then Gavin Lux. Game is tied at 1, each club with 6 hits. It's been tied since the 6th. Doval threw 1 pitch in the 8th inning, got a fly ball to right from Trey Turner to end the inning, and the Dodgers stranded 2. Will Smith clutch as it gets. 9 of his 27 coming in the 8th inning or later. And a ball inside. 2-1 the count. Jake McGee had been closing games all year for the Giants, the former Dodger. An oblique injury knocked him out for about 3+ weeks. Doval, who had been up and down on a number of occasions has come back and settled that role. As Smith on the ground got jammed. Crawford across the diamond in time for out number 1. So 1 away here in the 9th inning. Dodgers have won 5 consecutive elimination games. They are 9-6 in winner-take-all games. 5 of those 9 wins on the road. And those 5 straight elimination games, the 6th longest streak in Major League Baseball history. The Giants actually owned the longest in their great run, 2012-16. They had won 10 straight elimination games. Here's Justin Turner. And he hit him. Doval drills him with the first pitch. And there is the go-ahead run with 1 out.
Well, that's the reason that Doval had to go down 4 different stints, is because he had some control issues. He hasn't had them in a month, but misses here to Turner. In this kind of game, a hit by pitch, there's a rally as Alex Wood gets loose.
Both of the Game 3 starters are visible in the bullpens right now. Wood and Max Scherzer. Here's Gavin Lux. The ball came on in that 1-0 game in Game 3 at the last 6 outs. Scherzer gave up the home run to Longoria. It was a 1-0 Giants win. Lux almost hit 1 out. He sent one to the track into the wind. When he hit it, he thought he knocked it out to tie the game. And that was against Doval.
And because of those 2 shutouts against the Dodgers offense, that's why Lux is in the lineup at all, to instill some offense into this Dodger lineup.
Logan Webb started, was excellent. 7 innings. Dodgers went with the opener, 2 relievers in each of the first 2 innings, Knebel and Gratterall, and then Urias for 4. Go ahead and run at first, and Turner. Doval deals a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gavin Lux. Nasty slider from Camilo Doval.
Throws close to 100 and has control of this breaking ball. That's why he's been so good in September and October.
Giants set up for a double play ball. Here's the 1-2, and he misses. 2-2 the count, back to the slider. Doval, now he's been up and down quite a bit, but he has not given up a run since May 20th. 18 Major League games since that time, 19 plus innings, no runs. Kevin Gausman, another Giant starter. He's getting loose now. This is Doval's game. 2-2 pitch. Lux hits it sharply foul. Got a better look at that one. Do it again. Another 2-2 from Doval. Lux on the ground. That's through for a base hit. Turner will stop at second. Gavin Lux delivers with a 2-strike single to right. What a big at-bat that was for Lux. 2 on now with 1 away. And Andrew Bailey is on his way.
Just a fastball up in the strike zone after a lot of sliders from Doval to Gavin Lux, and he finds a hole.
Lux rewarding his manager for putting him in the lineup. Meeting at the mound, Andrew Bailey with the interpreter Nick Ortiz, and giving the game plan here to Camilo Doval with Cody Bellinger coming up.
Heart's beating now.
Don't forget, tomorrow, Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. It's presented by Loan Depot, the Red Sox, and the Astros. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. All games also on ESPN Radio, and the full postseason schedule available at MLB.com. Screws are tightening in the 9th inning in San Francisco. 2-men aboard. Go ahead run at second base. And Cody Bellinger stepping in for LA.
$14 for 86 with runners in scoring position this summer. All of that erased with a base hit here.
Doval missed. Went back to that slider. Starting to get a little shaky here. If you're the Giants and Doval, not that you can't get it back, but there's a moment in here. Bellinger roped a double into the gap in left center field in Game 2. He drove in a pair. Turner, below average runner at second base. Best arm in the outfield and right field in Slater. A swing and a miss. Big rip. Another slider from Doval. And they're staying with the breaking stuff.
First one missed. This one center cut. Just a little out front is Bellinger. Ruthian swing.
Rough Bryant, Slater. Slater throws it the best. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here he comes. Bellinger slaps it foul. 1-2 the count now. Guy's blowing bubbles out there. It's impressive.
Blowing bubbles and snapping off sliders.
Dodgers stranded 2 in the 8th. They are 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They want to get loud, but the bodies won't let them. Tense. Giants have a shift on. They're expecting Bellinger to pull it on the ground. Crawford closest to the bag. Here's a 1-2 and a shot into right center. A base hit for Bellinger. Justin Turner will score. Lux to third. Cody Bellinger delivers in the clutch. An RBI single. And the Dodgers have a 2-1 lead in the 9th inning.
What a postseason for Bellinger after a lost season. The Valmoli breaking balls missed with the first one. That's what he was featuring against Bellinger in this at bat. Fouled off some tough ones and finally gets one over the heart of the plate, and a bullet that finds a hole. They were playing him to pull, just hit it too hard, and the hit by pitch of Turner cost Doval and the Giants.
Lux with a 2-strike single. Bellinger just endured a season he would like to forget. Is having a postseason to remember now. He has just delivered the Dodgers in front. Gabe Kapler will take the ball from his 24-year-old closer. 2-1 game. Bellinger greeted by his teammates. A pitching change at Oracle Park. And now the Giants call on their bullpen as Cody Bellinger, as he has done so often in postseasons past, strikes in the clutch to deliver the go-ahead run. That made it easy for Justin Turner to score the run.
Let's go indeed.
Look at that dugout. The reigning world champions now have the lead. Well, now Gabe Kapler, it's the first time in this game that the offense has forced the hand of the managers here. Kapler's got to go to the bullpen now. It's a 2-1 game. Giants still have another at-bat, but they've got to get through this inning.
Well, they do, and we talk so much about the opener right to start this game. but it became a game in the hands of the closers.
Yeah.
Jansen with a scoreless inning. Duvall comes in and gets that 1 out on 1 pitch, but the hit by pitch cost him there. And of course, the Bellinger great at bat.
Well, the great ones just find it when they have to. And in a year of struggles and injuries, Bellinger has had some moments. Remember in the wild card game, as Max Scherzer started to get loose here. Will it be Max Scherzer on to try to close this one out in the bottom of the 9th inning?
Well, he's probably up, because if the Dodgers get to a point where they've got the bases loaded, you know, they'll take a shot there offensively against Gausman and bat for Jansen.
Choked up on the bat. Peered it.
Doesn't look any different than the swing in 2019, and he knew it right away.
Cody Bellinger has given the Dodgers the lead here in the 9th inning. And Duvall knew it. Hit a batter with 1 out. Got the first man out on a ground out. Hit Turner. Lux with a key 2-strike single. And then Bellinger with the RBI. So Kevin Gausman will be on the mound. He was the Game 2 starter for the Giants. And Gausman, who can get a lot of ground balls, would certainly need one here if you're the Giants. It's 1st and 3rd and 1 out.
That was his first postseason start. He's appeared more in the postseason as a reliever than he has as a starter. And he's got to hold the line here.
2-1 game. Infield in for San Francisco. Chris Taylor at the plate. And he shows bunt, and it's in the air, and it's caught. Flores comes in to make the play, and it's out number 2.
Well, I don't know about this play. I would have had Taylor swinging the bat. And in fact, Flores came in so early that he should have let the pitch go, and Bellinger would have stole second base, and he would have had second and third, and he could have swung the bat. Once Flores tipped his hand, Bellinger was going.
Pops up the bunt. Second out in the inning. Matt Beatty coming on to pinch hit.
Watch Flores from up above. Once he's gone, Bellinger can go. And he was going to go until the bunt was popped up.
You know, that play, if you get the bunt down, it's a safety squeeze essentially. It can score a run, but it can also put another runner into scoring position. But he popped it up. It's the second out. Now it's Matt Beatty. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Remember, he was in the on-deck circle in the 2nd inning. Now he gets his chance here in the 9th.
Safety squeeze different from the suicide squeeze in that you don't have to lay the bunt down. He could have taken that pitch. Just didn't see Bellinger at first base.
Looking ahead to the Giants' 9th. Brandon Crawford, Chris Bryant, Austin Slater scheduled to hit. And right now the Dodgers lead by a run. Scherzer stalking around the bullpen. When Trinan was in the game and it wasn't a double switch, it almost tipped the hand that Scherzer was there for him in the 9th. Runner takes off Bellinger. Posey won't throw. Bellinger was trying to draw a throw. And he ends up swiping second base.
Going first sign, Posey. Jansen now out. Scherzer's going to be in to try to close this game.
And will it be a 1-run game or more? 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Matt Beatty. And Beatty takes a strike. Gausman throwing hard out of the bullpen. 96 with a fastball. With sync.
Center cut. And he's got one of the best split fingers in the game.
Lux will be on his toes at third in case one of those splitters ends up in the dirt and skips away. He's got a big lead. The 1-2. Swinging a foul. Beatty jumping on that fastball from Gausman. Doval giving up the run. Still 2 runners his responsibility. After he retired 6 in a row at Dodger Stadium in Game 3. Giving up his first run since the 3rd week of May in the big leagues. Lux and Bellinger ready to run on the crack of the bat. There's the 1-2. Beatty hanging in there. Boy, what a game. Giants score in the 9th inning. The Atlanta Braves await in the NLCS. Another 1-2 pitch. And Beatty rolls over one. Flores gobbles it up. He'll go to the bag. Close play. Flores beats him there. And the side is retired. Beatty headlong into the bag. But Flores just does get there. And the inning is over. And Max Scherzer is coming in. And the Los Angeles Dodgers, courtesy of a Cody Bellinger RBI single, have a 2-1 lead. Boy, close play here at first base. Beatty sprinting down that line, and I mean by inches.
I guess Flores didn't trust the transfer from himself to Gausman, decided to take himself, and it barely worked out. T-Mobile base cam. Here comes Beatty.
T-Mobile, the leader in 5G coverage. So let's get you set up for the bottom of the 9th here. Crawford, Bryant, and Slater scheduled to hit. Scherzer is going to come on and try to save this for the Los Angeles Dodgers. It started with Logan Webb, Ronnie. He was excellent once again. 7 innings, 1 run, 2 outstanding starts in this NLDS. Urias came on after 2 relievers started the game. The opener, Knebel, and then Gratterall. 4 innings, 1 run for Urias. Mookie Betts, a 4-hit game. Seager drove in Betts after a steal in the 6th, put the Dodgers up 1-0. And right away, Darren Ruff ties it in the bottom of the 6th, leading off the bottom of the 6th off Urias. And it stayed that way until the 9th. And Cody Bellinger comes up big in the clutch, scoring Justin Turner. And the stage is set here, 2-1. Dodgers have the lead. It's coming down to the bottom of the 9th inning. And one of this generation's great pitchers on the mound for the Dodgers to try to finish it off.
Brian, on this date in 1965 in Dodgers history, Sandy Koufax on 2 days rest in a Game 7 pitched a 3-hit shutout. Max Scherzer's in a deciding game tonight to pitch and close this game on 2 days rest.
Was the starter in Game 3. Lost it 1-0 on an Evan Longoria home run. Cody Bellinger moves to center field. Billy McKinney comes into play first. Lux is out. Dodgers tighten up their outfield defense. And Max Scherzer will face Brandon Crawford.
Scherzer has done it all, but no professional saves.
His first one in there for a strike. Cut fastball from Max Scherzer, pitch that he added later in his career. He's one of the favorites for the Cy Young Award in the National League. Most likely will come down to Scherzer or Corbin Burns. No balls and a strike. 0-2 the count. The Dodgers had not lost a game. Max Scherzer pitched after the trade until Game 3, when the Giants flipped the script. Won Game 3, took a 2-1 advantage. Now the Dodgers 3 outs away from back-to-back wins to advance. Crawford in the air to left, coming in to make the play. Taylor hauls it in. Crawford is retired. 1 away in the 9th inning for Max Scherzer and the Dodgers.
Not the best 0-2 changeup from Max, up in the strike zone. Punch to left field by Crawford. Almost gets himself a hit. Stayed in the air too long.
Taylor sure-handed. Here's Chris Bryant now. Bryant on the ground. Right on the line. It's bobbled by Turner. And Bryant is safe. Justin Turner had it pop right out of his glove. And Chris Bryant will reach. The tying run is on. The winning run coming to the plate. Oh.
He got it over on his right foot, and instead of backhanded it, tried to play it off that foot, and the ball just came out of the glove. Just don't see these mistakes made by Justin Turner.
Pinch hitter announced. Instead of Slater, Giants are going with Lamont Wade, who earned the nickname Late Night Lamont this year for his late game heroics.
Giants pitch hitting this season. MLB ranks 18 home runs, which was first. 51 RBIs, which was first. Game-winning RBIs, second with 8.
And for Wade individually, 8 times had a game-tying or go-ahead RBI. Tying run at first base. Wade takes a ball. In the 9th inning or later alone, Lamont Wade hit .586. Had 15 RBIs, 17 hits. On Justin Turner, these are agonizing moments for him. The door is open, and Scherzer misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Every time the Dodgers made a move on the Giants, they would come up with a magical moment. And a lot of them came late, and a lot of them came with their pinch hitting.
Two and 0 the count. 2-1 Dodgers, 9th inning. And Wade takes a strike. Two and 1. Trying to calm his nerves. What a moment. Traded from the Twins to the Giants. It's been great for him all year. He's in the moment of his life right now. 2 balls and a strike. Wade in the air, right field. That'll hook foul.
They've been pitching him in the entire series, and he looked in. Max made a good enough pitch on the corner. If that leaks at all over the middle of the plate, different story. Good pitch by Max.
2-2 now. From 2-0 to 2-2. Bryant, the runner at first, carries the tying run. Scherzer deals. Wade pulls that one foul off the Dodger dugout. Scherzer's got him in swing mode right now. Scherzer with impeccable command. That's what makes him great with all of his pitches.
Pitching him tight and inside. Fouled off from Wade. Seems like since he's on that fastball inside, it's got to open him up for a breaking pitch or changeup.
See what he does. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Scherzer fires, and Wade takes a call. Strike 3. Ring him up. Max Scherzer strikes out Lamont Wade for out number 2.
Well, just a breaking ball from Max, not his best. Had almost too much spin on it. Just stayed on that outside corner, never really broke. Almost like a backup slider or cutter.
Jansen with a pump of the fist. Giants are down to their last out. Wilmer Flores had a single in the second inning. Shift is on for Flores, and he takes a strike. Scherzer with a slider.
These two know each other well. Wilmer played for the Mets for many seasons. Scherzer with the Nats in that NL East.
Scherzer has never had a professional save in his baseball career. He's an out away from the biggest one of his career. He deals it. Oh, Flores on it, but fouls it back. Scherzer has dominated Wilmer Flores throughout the years. He is 0 for 17, Flores, against Max Scherzer lifetime. And now a strike away.
Giants have been defying odds all season long.
Both teams 109 wins. One is going home. No balls, 2 strikes. And Flores, did he go? He did! And the game ends! A swinging strike 3.
No.
Gabe Morales rings him up. The game is over, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are headed to the National League Championship Series. A controversial finish. The Dodgers advance. The Giants held them off all year. 107 wins, one better than the Dodgers. The Dodgers are one better in this best-of-5 series, and the reigning world champs are moving on.
The Dodgers started this game with an opener. They closed it with one of the best starters of his generation. I didn't think he went on the slider from Max. Gabe Morales thought he did.
Boy, what a way to end a game.
Oh,
man,
boy,
he didn't go.
That's bad.
I don't think he went.
That's bad.
Can't end the game that way. But it's over. It's not reviewable. It's in the books. Max Scherzer closes it out for the Dodgers. Back-to-back strikeouts to end it. That is going to be talked about for a long, long time. Cannot end a game on a swing like that, which looked to be a check swing.
During the season, Darren Ruff's check swing that was not called against the Dodgers kept them in first place. And the Dodgers advanced on a check swing that was called a swing.
And this magical season for the Giants comes to an end. Heartbreak. Can't believe it. You win 107 games and then 2 more in the division series. And 109 wins. And you're going home.
Well, when you look at the check swing, you got to offer at the pitch. And Flores not even close. Just an awful way for this game to end. Flores doing his best to hold back on a Scherzer slider. He did his job, but called out anyway. And Scherzer gets his first professional save.
Down to the field, Lauren Shahadi with Cody Bellinger.
Cody, the stuff dreams are made of for you. How many times did you play out that moment in your backyard as a kid?
A lot. You really do want to be in that moment. He's got really, really good stuff. So I was down 2 strikes, and I just tried to stay within my approach. I felt good. The previous 3 or 4 pitches I saw, I just missed them, and that time I just stayed a little more simpler and got the job done right there.
Were you really sitting breaking ball against a guy who throws 100?
No, I mean we knew he likes to throw it. It was just one where I'm sure he would want it back. It was just a good pitch for me to hit. I saw it well at the hand, and I've been missing I missed a lot of pitches this game, so it was nice to get that one.
The second you hit it, Cody, you pointed to the dugout. You knew it was through?
Yeah, I knew JT had the wheels to get home on that one. Dude got wheels.
What about Scherzer lingering? Was there any chance he wasn't getting in this ball game?
I mean, he said that he was ready in any moment, whatever inning. That's the type of pitcher and competitor he is, and it's gonna be crazy tonight for sure.
That final play of the game, check swing. What did you see?
I was in center. I didn't see anything, so I'm sure I'll watch on the video. But the umpire said it was a swing, so it was a swing.
What can you say about the team across the way that won 109 games?
Really good team, and huge props to Logan Webb, man. That is really hard to hit on. I mean, he shoved it up our butt twice, and when you face a guy as soon as we did, we face him again. Usually the hitter's got the advantage, but his stuff is really, really good, and huge props to him, and huge props to that team over there. They got something special. And
a rematch with the Braves on tap. How does that sound, Cody?
Yeah, it's going to be another good one. It's not going to be easy. We played each other a few times the past few years, so we kind of know what each other's got, and we're looking forward to it.
Enjoy the moment.
Thank you very much.
Ryan.
Lauren, thank you. Thanks to Cody Bellinger. Ronnie, this guy, he's 26 years of age. He's got 3 go-ahead hits in a winner-take-all game for the Los Angeles Dodgers and had a big one tonight. Controversial finish, no doubt.
Yeah,
there's going to be a lot to talk about, but credit the Dodgers. They delivered in the ninth. Scherzer finished it off, and they're moving on to set up a rematch with the Atlanta Braves in the LCS.
Well, if you think about the positives of this game, Bellinger is just one of those players that had a lost season, Brian, a complete lost season. And to be able to take advantage of that and use the postseason to build another legacy on how good he is in the clutch was great to see.
The Dodgers are going to the NLCS for the 6th time in the last 9 seasons, winning the final 2 games of this best-of-5 series to take out their longtime rival, the San Francisco Giants. The defending World Series champs have eliminated the Giants and will face the Atlanta Braves for the National League pennant. It'll be right here on TBS. Coming up next, it's the postseason show on TBS, presented by Hyundai. For Ron Darling, Lauren Shahadi, the rest of our terrific crew, led by Jeff Randolph and Matt Lipp in the trucks. I'm Brian Anderson saying goodbye from Oracle Park in San Francisco. You've been watching MLB on TBS, your home for the 2021 National League Championship Series. Congrats to the Dodgers.